Welcome, Panther fans, to Portland High School basketball. We're at the home gymnasium tonight where the PHS Lady Panthers will host the Gallatin Lady Green Wave. I'm Kyle Eden along with John Thayer. Thank you for supporting Panther basketball. Portland goes 1-1 Tuesday night in their matchups against Hendersonville High School. Lady Panthers dropped the first game, final score of 43-30. A slow start offensively, down 10-1 halfway through the first, but they battled back several times, but the Commandos had an answer each time the Lady Panthers would get close, and Hendersonville would continue to pull away. John, Hendersonville had 19 points off the Lady Panthers turnovers. That's almost half their total scoring.
Yeah, it's the turnovers thing, but we talked about it pregame. We talked about it preseason. We lost Taya Totten, 4-year starter at point guard. You know, they don't just grow point guards on trees. It takes time to develop them, and she was obviously, developed a little further along than most girls at her age. But anyway, and I wasn't here the first year she played. I think we struggled a little bit as a team as well then. But, we've got to work the point guard thing in. Coach Stein, he could probably go with some of our returning players to try to get that kind of figured out a little bit and maybe not have a true point guard. But I think in his mind, he wants to get the point guard situation situated. It's going to be a freshman or sophomore, it looks like, going in. It's going to take some growing pains. I don't care how good you are. It's tough to come out of the chute as a freshman and sophomore and just light it up at point. You're going to get bullied. You're going to get pushed around. And you're going to get out-physicaled. Until you get used to it, it'll be tough. Just hopefully, Madison and McKelvey can get their stuff together as far as not being intimidated. It's going to be tough nights for them, but they can't back down. They got to pick themselves up and keep fighting. And if they do that, I think things will work out. They're very talented young ladies. They just got to get used to the physicality and the quickness, and they will.
Coach Thayer pulling out his best Tom Petty impersonation there. Kieva Bradley led scores for Portland. She had 10.7 rebounds. Gorchek Moot, 6.6 rebounds. And both Nylak Paul and Addie McKelvey each had 6 points and 4 rebounds apiece. Lady Panthers dropped to 3-4 on the season. They lose both games against Hendersonville for the season, but time to get back on track tonight as they'll be facing the Lady Green Wave of Gallatin, the second matchup between these two teams. Portland won the first game, ran away with it 70-51 back on November 22nd. That was a big night for Bradley and Paul in that game. Nylock had 25 points, 6 rebounds, and Bradley had 21 points, 9 rebounds. Got to hope that we can replicate that tonight going up against this Gallatin team. Gallatin coming from District 7 4A. That's the same district as Hendersonville, Beach, Mount Juliet, and those teams coming in at 1-4 on the season. Their lone win is against Clarksville Northwest, a very young team for Coach Greta. Defense seems to be the issue as they're giving up almost 60 points per game. Controlling the boards and using their length will be key to the Lady Panthers' victory tonight. We're going to take a short pause. When we come back, we'll go over the starting lineups and get set for tip-off as you're listening to Portland High School basketball here on the Panther Portland Radio Network.
Christmas is right around the corner, and so is Graphic Obsessions on Main in Portland. Tell them about it, Elfie.
Wow, Graphic Obsessions has so much cool stuff, Santa. The new location on Main is packed with all kinds of gifts for everyone. They even do embroidery and have a custom hat bar.
Sounds like I need to get to Graphic Obsessions soon and get my list all taken care of.
Graphic Obsessions on Main in Portland. Visit our Facebook page today or stop in and see us.
Graphic Obsessions on Main is your Portland Panther football headquarters for Panther apparel. Don't see it in your size? Just ask, and we'll print it on your size in minutes. From t-shirts and caps to hoodies and more, Graphic Obsessions on Main has what you need to support the Panther football season. Stop in today or visit our Facebook page. Graphic Obsessions on Main in Portland.
Touchdown!
Open Tuesday through Friday 9 to 5 and Saturdays 9:30 to 3.
We're back here at PHS Gymnasium looking down on Corey Brewer Court as both teams are still warming up for tonight's game. Portland Lady Panthers against the Gallatin Lady Green Wave. And, John, we talked about the length of the Lady Panthers. I think that'll be important in tonight's game going up against a young team and looking at the size that Gallatin has, I think that'll be important for us to use that inside game, use that high-low action, and see if we can't get out in front early.
Yeah, I agree with you. 3 through 5, there's going to be very few teams that can match up with us there, and that's been the struggle is the 1 and 2 getting it into the 3 through 5 kind of thing. So we'll get it done. There's got to keep pounding and keep pounding, and I think the big thing is the older girls just can't get frustrated, waiting for it to happen. We'll do some in and outs, that kind of thing. We'll get the hands and ball in their hands a little quicker out front, take a little pressure off of them. But I really believe, and like I said last time, Coach Stein, not that he ever did worry about records through the season, but since he did what he did last year, quote unquote, the monkey's off his back. He's the first coach in the history of PHS women's basketball or girls basketball to go to a state tournament, right? So nobody, if they were questioning, can question him now. So that gives him a little leadway, right? There's no pressure on him at all. And that's the same thing with me. I'm not worried about what we do during the regular season as long as we improve every game. And once we get to tournament time, we've got the young girls that are playing out point and two guards for us, got them settled in, and they're ready to go.
And if you can remember last year, kind of got off to an up and down. So inconsistency was the problem last year at the beginning, and all those bugs got worked out pretty quickly once everybody started gelling together and kind of figuring out their role and who was who and who goes where and who does what. And I think that's the same thing here.
Yeah, what we need to do, I think, one thing I do wish we could get cleaned up a little bit is some of our star players, Paul and Moot, they try to get a little pushy, fouling early. I wish they would pull back just a tad and make sure they save those fouls for later in the game because, we're not a deep team. We need them to play the whole game. So that was a couple of things they did last game that we broadcasted that I wish they did clean up, is not be so over-aggressive to the point of getting the cheap foul early in the first, second, third quarters. Just kind of save them for later when we need them.
Looking at the starting lineups for each team, we'll start off with the visiting Gallatin Lady Green Wave, again coming in with a record of 1-4. They're coached by Coach Greta Parker in her 5th season. A young team, as we mentioned, 1 senior, 1 junior, 1 sophomore, and 2 freshmen in the starting lineup for the Lady Green Wave. And they'll start off with senior Jemiah Vaughn, sophomore Brooklyn Parker, freshman Presley Good, freshman Soraya Shadowins, and junior Giovanna Montgomery. And for the home team, the Portland Lady Panthers at 3-4, coached by Scott Steinbrecher in his 7th season for the team. And we'll have 3 seniors, 1 junior, and 1 sophomore in the starting 5 for that side of the board. And you're looking at senior Story Russell coming in tonight, averaging almost 3 points per game, 3 rebounds a game. Sophomore Addie McKelvey, 3.5 points per game. Senior Nylock Paul, 12 points per game, 4 rebounds per game. Gorchek Moot, the junior, almost 12 points per game, 5 rebounds per game. 94% from the free throw line, obviously leads the team so far during the season. And senior Kieva Bradley leading the team in scoring and rebounding with 13.3 points per game and 7.3 rebounds per game, shooting almost 60% from the floor. Obviously, we need to try to get her the ball as much as we can.
Yeah, we definitely do. And all our 3 bigs can score. They can all play defense. They can all pass. And, the last game, there were some really remarkable big-time plays by all 3 of them that was really, really impressive. Once we got the ball into the paint area, 10 feet in, it was like scary good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
We're struggling getting it in right now. So,
and Gorchek, I think Gorchek maybe is looking too much to make sure everybody's involved, I guess you say.
Yeah.
I don't think she's being hardly aggressive enough to try and score, and I think that'll come around. And the shots that she's missing, they're just not going in. That's
right,
basically all you
will.
can say.
Yeah.
It's right there. She's doing what she normally does, and you got to hope that she doesn't get frustrated about that. And because I know her game will come around, and when it does, can you just imagine?
Yeah, it's going to be scary.
How this team can get going after that.
And the good thing about Coach Stein is he's not the pressing kind of coach where he's going to really get on you. You know what I mean? That will make you kind of lock up and press more. He's very relaxing as far as that goes. He doesn't put a lot of pressure on his players. So I think that'll be good too.
Yeah, we're kind of waiting. The public address announcer has not arrived, and teams are ready for the national anthem and the introduction of the starting lineup.
Let's just tip it off and go.
So we'll just kind of
You could do both ways. We'll take you to bring the
Right.
mic up here to you, and I wonder if it'd reach up this far.
I don't know. I'd rather Curtis do it here. I'm afraid I'd mess up those names.
Yeah, Mad Dog get kind of aggravated at you, handing him the set there.
Curtis having to move over on our side, having some goal issues. One of the basketball goals is not in great condition, so they've cordoned off that area, not letting anybody sit up there. And I think that was Curtis's spot for the last 25 years.
Yeah, Curtis don't like us in basketball. He sits over in the big seats. In football, he hangs out with us though.
Yeah, he sits over in the
in the VIP section.
Exactly.
In the Hall of
exactly.
Fame section.
Yeah, I agree. All right, we're kind of stalling now as we do have a public address announcer
Yeah,
here. And I guess they're just trying to get everything set up.
Yeah, these refs aren't going to wait long, though. They're going to just say, let's go. We'll
He'll go in the middle, and he'll just throw the ball up, and whoever can grab it first.
Run up real quick and get it, we'll get it.
Yeah, can have it. They're on a strict time schedule. I agree with that.
It's one of those you want to get away moments. They need to make a commercial with that. The PA guy not showing up on time.
Yeah. All right, so they're asking everybody to stand up for the national anthem instead of announcing it. So we'll take a pause here while we do this.
Here's Brian Barry when you need him. Dude can sing the national anthem. Let me just tell you. Last year we were at Station Camp High School, I believe, and that's their tradition is to sing the anthem. And nobody was singing it. Brian Barry stood up and just let it out. And boy, he can sing, let me just tell you.
So obviously, it looks like we're having some issues with the speaker system and the PA. So we'll forego the starting lineups, and everyone will get on the court and get set for tip-off.
You know, these girls, they don't realize who announces their name during these broadcasts.
So you're upset because you didn't get a T-shirt.
Yeah, I'm
okay,
upset.
I got it.
And Keelan Dalton makes me mad, too. The boys, I think Key would hook me up more than anybody. I shout out his dadgum grandma. I always shout him out. Don't even come close to getting me a T-shirt.
You're way too high up. They ain't going to look that far up in the...
Well, maybe Key's arm ain't as good as he thinks it is. That probably be what it is.
Presley Good will tip off against Gorchek Moot. And we're getting everything straightened out. They're still discussing. Now everybody finally gets settled in. Already have some precipitation on the court area. John, maybe this is a good thing. Get off to a weird start. Maybe that get the girls kind of focus a little bit more, get off to a hot start, and we get out to a big lead and kind of cruise on down in the second half, kind of like BGA did last night. You know, they didn't have to worry about things much in that second half.
Well, it was actually yesterday morning, but no, they really did not. They played a good game, which I thought we'd talk about tomorrow. But they had FRA's number for sure.
All right, ready for the tip-off. Gallatin had the tip, but Panthers get possession. Bradley quickly throws it down low to Paul, turns around for a layup. So just like that, the Panthers up 2-0. And they trap as soon as they get across the midcourt. Gallatin able to break it, come across it for a little shot. Good. Gets a little bunny, and all of a sudden it's tied up 2-2. Moot takes one from way back. McKelvey, we'll say that was a pass, puts it in for the layup. And again, a trap. Gallatin is getting right past center court and allowing themselves to get trapped and having trouble getting it out, but they was able to do it again that time. 3 on the way. That one rims out. Rebound fought for. Gallatin gets it, tips it back out on front. Montgomery looking to get around Paul over to the far corner, back to Montgomery, and she takes an 18-footer, and it goes in. Tie score, fast pace so far in this first minute of action. Lady Panthers going from left to right here in the first half. Moot swings it around to Russell. McKelvey. Back over to Moot. Far side to Russell. Tries to lob it down low to Paul. Gets around her defender. Misses the shot. Tips it back out to Story. And she'll restart the offense. McKelvey. Bounce pass to Bradley. Gets it back out on front to Moot. Moot directing traffic. 5 out. Offensive set for the Lady Panthers. As now Bradley goes into the low post as they begin the motion out in the front. Moot stops at the free throw line, takes a shot, hits the front of the rim. Bradley chases down the rebound. Out to Paul. Paul looks at the three, takes the three, just a little short. Panthers try to save it. It's no good. It will go to the Gallatin Green Wave.
Yeah, the one thing that's hurting us on this trap up here is we got our big girls trapping, but the smaller girls aren't getting the rebounds when they shoot it up for us. So we got to rotate down quicker once they get past it.
Parker tries to throw it in the corner to Montgomery, a little bit out of her reach, so a turnover for the Lady Green Wave. Lady Panthers wearing their home whites. Purple trim, purple numbering. McKelvey will walk it past midcourt. Passes over to the near side. Paul gives it over to the corner to Russell. Russell takes a dribble back out on top to Paul. Wide open for the three. Misses that one. And it'll roll out of bounds, and it'll go over to Gallatin. Gallatin wearing their green jerseys, green shorts, yellow trim, and yellow trim around the black numbering. 2-2-1 press for the Lady Panthers. And Green Wave once again able to break it. Parker with the basketball over to the near slot area. She's being guarded by Bradley. Over to the far side to Good. Good goes down the lane, misses a shot. McKelvey comes up with a rebound. And she'll bring it up into the front court. 3 minutes gone here in the first quarter. 4-4 is your score. Paul face the three. High-low action to Bradley. She misses it, but the putback by Paul is good. Timeout is called by Coach Parker of Gallatin, and it got fast and furious in the first 60 seconds, John, but then all of a sudden both teams kind of had trouble scoring or getting shot attempts off.
Yeah, the defense has been picked up a little bit too, so I think that's going to help a lot, especially on our end. And like I said, the big thing with us is when we're trapping out front, we've got to make sure that when they break it and shoot, that our bigs will get back down in there and get the rebounding. But the last rebound McKelvey got, that's going to be really good for her because that's a trap type of situation, getting a rebound under the boards with their big people. So the more time she faces that and gets out of it, the more confident she's going to get with that.
Teams come out of the huddle from the timeouts. Gallatin will have the full length of the court to go. Lady Panthers are going to try to keep up the defensive pressure. Parker gets across the line. They get it down low. Good turns around, takes a shot. She's fouled. And that'll be Bradley's first team foul, first game foul. And first one on Kieva Bradley.
Yeah, that was good hustle on her part. She just was there a little late. Once they break your part of the press, you've got to run full speed to get down there and cover the back end.
First free throw is good for Presley Good. Second one on the way. That one goes in. Ties it up 6-6. Almost halfway through the opening quarter. McKelvey up against a 2-3 defense. Tries to lob it down low. Gets tipped away. Russell's able to claim the loose ball. Paul's going to start it back up. Gives it to Moot for the open three. Hits the back of the rim. Bradley tips the rebound out, but it goes to a Greenway. Story Russell with the deflection and the steal, and she'll get it knocked out of bounds. So good hustle by Story Russell coming back and catching the Greenway off guard in the forecheck, able to get possession back of the basketball. Paul looks at the three, decides against it, gives it back to Russell, who makes her way to the top of the key. Back over to Paul to the near slot area, lobs down low to Russell. Russell tries to bounce past it to Bradley. Too many green and gold jerseys underneath there. Bradley was unable to corral it, so it'll go back to Gallatin again. Score tied 6 with 4:03 to go here in the first.
Yeah, it was a good thought, but it just didn't work out.
Steal on the pressure by Moot, and she'll get that left-handed layup. Not a good idea to go cross court at center court when you're going up against the press. Panthers saw that one coming. Moot able to get the steal and give the Panthers a 2-point lead. Good. Over to Vaughn. Vaughn takes a three. Off the rim. Knocked out of bounds by Gallatin, and it will go to Portland.
We did a lot better of a job there of getting back on defense once they broke the press.
Now Gallatin's going to try their chance at his own press. Paul's going to slowly walk it up, gives it over to McKelvey. Got to make sure of the count. Get it into the middle to Bradley. Bradley can't get across the line. She just does. And over to Russell, back out to McKelvey. Now they'll restart the offense. Moot, three on the near side. Good. Score check, Moot. Jumps up to a 5-point lead for the Lady Panthers, 11-6. Almost another steal at midcourt. Gallatin able to get it back. Good with the basketball. Lobs it over to Vaughn. Vaughn to Parker over to the near area. And Good makes her way to the top of the key. Far side to Vaughn. Vaughn being guarded by Moot. Well, she'll give it over here to the near side to Montgomery. Montgomery trying to get around Bradley. Gets cut off at the baseline. And she'll throw it back out to Vaughn. 2:35 to go here in the first quarter. Lady Panthers up by 5. So far, it's been a fast-paced game, and they're going to call that foul on Paul. She got caught up on the pump fake. And got called for the foul coming down. 2 team fouls on the Lady Panthers here in this quarter. Parker to inbounds to Vaughn. Over to Montgomery. Back to Vaughn. Man-to-man defense for this Lady Panther team. Bradley almost with the steal. Bradley gets caught on the screen. Switch is made. Mismatch down low. Montgomery against McKelvey. Montgomery gets around and she gets fouled.
Who are they going to call it on, I wonder?
Panthers switched on that screen, and that caused the mismatch down low.
I think they gave it to McKelvey. Yes.
So that'll send Montgomery to the free throw line, where the junior will have 2. And that first one goes in. Substitutions for Coach Stein, as Madison Mays will come in for McKelvey, and Bailey Sharkett will come in for Russell. Second free throw is good. 2 for 2 for the Green Wave on that trip. 11-8 is your score. Green Wave backs off into their zone. Paul to the slot area. Bradley taking the top of the key. Over back to Moot. Misses the three. Long rebound goes to the Green Wave. Panthers staying back, trying to get the steal. Gallatin was able to get across midcourt. Good. Over to Parker. Three on the way. Off the mark. Rebound by Moot. She looks up ahead, catches Bradley behind the defense. Layup.
Was a nice play.
Good look ahead for Gorchek Moot.
Yes, and Bradley did a great job. The minute she knew the ball was getting cleared, taking up, and getting down court.
A minute and a half to go in the first. Lady Panthers up by 5 and traveling to be called against the Green Wave. Ball will be thrown in from the far sideline. As Mays directs the offense. She'll fake one way. Throw it over to Moot. Back up to Paul. Paul takes one from about 25 feet. It's not going to make it, but Moot gets the rebound. Doesn't go back up with it. Tries to dribble out of it, and she gets a reach-in call, so foul on Gallatin for that one.
So don't ask me how I feel about that shot. You know how I feel about that shot. There's a line there. Toe it.
Moot catches the lob in from the baseline. Are you saying it was just a little too far out?
It was way too far out. I mean, come on. You got to do things right all the time.
By Paul. 2 versus 2. She's going to try to take it all the way. She gets fouled on the way into the basket. That's a good idea to keep that one, not give it up.
Yep, I agree. I mean, good for you if you can hit one 15 feet behind the arc. But what's your percentage going to be? Do things that you're going to have a high percentage. And do them right and do them good.
So Paul will go to the free throw line for 2 of her own. She makes the first one. Ariel Lindsay in. Story Russell in. Gorchek Moot out. And Kieva Bradley will take a seat. Coach Stein trying to give his starters a little breather here towards the end of the first quarter as Paul makes 2 of 2 from the free throw line. Paul's shooting right at 50% on the season. Good job for her. 15-8, Lady Panthers lead. 45 seconds to go here in the first.
And she is a better free throw shooter
Tip
than that.
the ball. It's loose, out of bounds. Last touched by the purple and white. .38 seconds to go. Gallatin will inbounds. They'll split the stack. Vaughn throws it to a teammate that wasn't looking for it. Goes over her head. Paul picks it up ahead to Mays. Mays tries to go baseline. She's going to have to bring it back out. Loses the basketball. They'll call push against Gallatin. Madison faked the baseline and started to come back out, and the defender wasn't ready and pushed her. Inbounds, Russell from 3, off the mark. Tip to Mays. She'll throw it back out to Russell. Russell thought about the 3 again. She says no way. 16 seconds to go. Panthers will set up for one last shot. Over to Paul. Paul at the volleyball line. 8 seconds to go. 7. Paul wants the last shot. Takes a screen from Lindsay and a 3. No good. Tipped up in the air. Ball is battled for. Back to Mays. But she doesn't get the shot off in time. At the end of 1, it's Portland 15, Gallatin 8. You're listening to Panther Basketball here on the Portland Sports Network.
Graphic Obsessions on Main is in a larger space and has more to choose from than ever. Tons of Panther designs we can print in minutes. Tons of inventory you can grab right off the rack today. And the amazing new hat bar, where you can customize your own hat. See a design you love but not in your size? We'll print it in just minutes. So many unique gift items right in the store. With the holidays fast approaching, remember, shop early at Graphic Obsessions on Main in Portland.
Christmas is right around the corner, and so is Graphic Obsessions on Main in Portland. Tell them about it, Elfie.
Wow, Graphic Obsessions has so much cool stuff, Santa. The new location on Main is packed with all kinds of gifts for everyone. They even do embroidery and have a custom hat bar.
Sounds like I need to get to Graphic Obsessions soon and get my list all taken care of.
Graphic Obsessions on Main in Portland. Visit our Facebook page today or stop in and see us.
Christmas is right around.
And we're getting ready to start the second quarter. Panthers are up 15-8 on Gallatin. Nice scrappy first quarter, John, but Gallatin holding their own, able to handle this pressure somewhat, except for maybe the last 3 minutes there in the first quarter. The defense really started getting to them, but Gallatin was doing a good job of being patient, breaking through the press, getting across midcourt.
Yeah, they did a good job. When you got length on the other side like that, you just got to go slow and kind of fake it to make it, so to speak, even when you're trying to break the press.
Gallatin will start possession here in the second quarter, Vaughn with the basketball, being guarded by Lindsay, and she'll hand it off to Good. Good gives it to Parker. Ball is tipped in the pass. It's loose on the floor. Gallatin able to save it from the backcourt violation. Good. Thought about the shot. A three is on the way from Parker. It's short. Good box out by Gorchek Moot. And she'll go ahead and bring it up to the front court herself. And she'll start the offense. 7-point lead for the Lady Panthers. McKelvey back into the game for Coach Stein. Lindsay, nice no-look pass to Bradley on the low post, and another layup for Kieva Bradley.
Yeah, I got her for 4 points on the night.
Vaughn picks up her dribble, able to get it over to Crenshaw. Shot up in the air by Good is no good.
It's a nice shot, though. It just didn't go.
Panthers with the rebound. McKelvey to the front court. Takes a screen from Russell. Gives it over to Lindsay. Back out on top to Moot. Russell now takes a spot at the top of the key, and she'll swing it over to the far side for Moot. Back out on top to Lindsay. Near side to Russell. Moving the ball around on this 2-3 defense of Gallatin Green Wave. Catches McKelvey flashing in the lane down low to Bradley. What a pass. Bradley couldn't get the shot off, though. And she throws it back out in front, and there'll be a traveling violation.
It's good ball movement for sure there. McKelvey caught the ball on Biggs' land. I was afraid she was going to get trapped, but she did a good job.
I think Bradley was surprised she was able to get it through the two Gallatin defenders cleanly.
But, that's what point guards can do.
Very poised on that particular possession, even though they came away with nothing. Parker, then guarded by McKelvey, gives it over to Vaughn. Vaughn goes around the screen, down the lane, and she misses the layup. Montgomery with the rebound, and she gets fouled on the putback. That was a big screen by Gallatin. She had a clear path down the lane, but wasn't able to make the layup. But the rebound, they'll get a chance for two.
Yeah, the only bad thing is they caught it on Bradley, and that was her second.
So Montgomery back to the free throw line for Gallatin. That one hits the back of the rim.
That's a deal there where as Lindsay gets a little older, she'll know that one of her star players maybe picked up her second foul and would even take ownership of it. Sometimes you can get a ref, believe it or not, you've been around a long time, can give the foul if you'll just say, I'm the one who did it. But that's a lot to ask for a sophomore.
Yeah. Coach Stein calls a 30-second timeout to kind of discuss that situation about getting caught and not being able to jump through the screen and blow it up. So we'll keep it here for this timeout. He has substitutions going in, but I didn't catch it. I think he had we'll wait till they come back out on the court so I can confirm what the substitutions were.
We would get Peppy the Panther to come visit for an interview, but I don't think the headset will fit him. Or her.
Ah.
It could be her. Could be Pepperica, the Panther.
You're just finding things to say, aren't you?
No, I'm just, you wonder on a mascot. You could tell when I went to Campbellsville years ago, watched Josh Bolton and Derek Boyd play, because they're mascot was 7'2" and was wearing high waters because the uniform wouldn't fit him. You knew it was a boy.
Wow. Montgomery will get set for the second free throw. That one does go in, so 17-9, Panthers lead with 5:41 to go in the first half. Madison Mays into the game. And Bradley stays in the game with her 2 fouls as Moot misses short on the 3, but the rebound goes right back to the Panthers. That's about 18 rebounds in the first half for Bradley, I believe, as Bradley sneaks way up to the free throw line. Oh, can't get it to her. Over to Russell. Back out on top to Mays. To the near slot. Quick pass in the lane to Bradley. Back out to Paul. She misses the 3, but the rebound put back by Gorchek Moot. And, John, that's what you wanted to see. She reached up, grabbed the rebound, never came down with it, and put it right back up.
Yeah, that was a very athletic play by her.
You're going to give her a star for that one, right?
Yes, sir, for sure.
19-9 is your score. Under 5-minute mark here in the second quarter.
See, Mays about got her a steal there. You'll see at the end of the year, I think she'll get it.
Shadowins hits a 3 for Gallatin. 19-12. Mays flips it over to Paul. I think she wanted that 3 again. Decided against it. Back over to Mays to the far side. She'll flip it out front to Paul. Quick pass in the free throw area to Bradley, but she throws it back out. Baseline goes Mays, turns around to Moot. Moot's turnaround shot towards the baseline is no good. And that may be number 3 on 31. Yes, it is. They'll call a foul. A little push off the rebound on Bradley. So she'll definitely go take a seat, probably for the rest of the half, as Sharplet will come in for her.
Yeah, she's got to learn from that right there. She's a senior. When you get that second foul in the first half, if the coach keeps you in, you've got to really do your best not to pick up any fouls, even if you give up a easy play. You just got to not get that foul.
Mays pressuring her defender as soon as she got across midcourt.
Really good defense.
She's able to dribble herself out to the far corner. And I think they'll call a foul.
Woo. I don't
Mays.
know. That looked like clean defense. She kept moving her hips. She didn't look like she reached to me at all there.
So baseline's out of bounds plays for the green and gold. Lobs it out towards the front. Montgomery's able to sky and grab it back over to the corner. 3 is no good. Set play didn't work for Gallatin on that one. Bounce pass to Good. She tries to get around. Paul can't do it. 3 on the way for Gallatin is missed. Rebound Mays. Mays over to Paul. Again, zone defense for Gallatin. Letting the Lady Panthers shoot the outside shot. Mays did. Misses the 3. Russell with the rebound. Throws it back out to Moot for a little 12-foot jumper.
Yeah, that was all Russell there, getting that offensive board and finding an open person to make a shot.
So Moot, the hot person of the night for tonight. Montgomery with 3:11 to go in the first half. Lady Panthers up by 9 against this 4A squad from the other side of the ridge. Shot is missed. Moot with the rebound, passes up to head to Paul. She tracks it down, goes up for the shot. It's too far underneath the basket. She missed it.
Don't reach.
Gotta like that fast break opportunity, though. And Gallatin comes right back. And they'll get a foul called on Moot, as Gallatin quickly had numbers coming back the other way.
Yeah, they're not afraid to push the ball up. It's weird to see that section where the backboard dropped. Nobody's sitting over there. I keep looking for Curtis, and he's not there.
Montgomery makes the first free throw. Paul will take a breather. In comes Ariel Lindsay.
It's either 4 for 4 tonight or 5 for 5. I'm off by 1 point, so.
Well, she makes the second one. Panthers lead is now down to 7. Mays over to Lindsay. Out on top to Russell. Moot comes out, takes the pass. Lindsay from the corner thought about the 3.
She almost walked. She gathered herself. Good.
Lindsay, top to Russell, swings it around to Madison to the far side. Mays back up to Moot. Moot directing traffic, so Mays will go to the free throw line area. Russell to the near slot. Lindsay out on top. Mays will jump out, and she'll take the pass to the far corner is Moot. Back out on top, the motion offense, trying to find someone out of position for that Gallatin Green Wave defense. Mays will take it into the paint, but she'll throw it back out to Moot for three. Bounces off the rim a couple of times. Rebound chased down by the Green Wave. And Lindsay will get called for that reach in way on the other end of the floor.
Yeah, I like her defense, though. She plays really hard. Not afraid to move her shoulders and her feet. Gets in good position.
That's the 5th team foul on the Lady Panthers, so that'll send Soraya Shadowins to the free throw line. Where she'll calmly make the first one. McKelvey comes back into the game. And Gorchek Moot will sit out. 4 guards and a big in for Coach Stein. As a second free throw was made for Gallatin, and they'll make a quick substitution. Sharklet, Lindsay, McKelvey, Russell, and Mays in the lineup for the Lady Panthers. I'd like to see where this is going. Mays to the far slot area, passes it back out on top to Lindsay. McKelvey to the near wing area, swings it all the way back around to Mays. Mays, no looks to Russell at the elbow, but she'll give it back out to McKelvey. 1.5 minutes remaining here in this first half. Panthers only have a 5-point lead now. Mays is going to take a three off the mark. And Gallatin with the rebound. Montgomery stutter steps over to the front court. Gets all the way over to the far corner, picks it up, is trapped. Gallatin able to pass their way out of it. No look down low. McKelvey saw it, was able to tip it out of bounds. So with 1:07 to go, Gallatin will inbounds. Try to make it a one-possession basketball game. Montgomery goes left, down to the right, down the lane, pump fakes, shoots a shot, doesn't make it. McKelvey with the rebound. I like how Madison Mays came to the basketball when McKelvey got in trouble.
Yeah,
instead of running away. That was something.
Point guard.
That was something that Coach Stein was preaching on in their last practice after that Hendersonville game.
That's what point guard's supposed to do.
Mays over to McKelvey. 35 seconds remaining. Bounce pass to Mays on the elbow. Back out on top. McKelvey will take the three, and it goes in. Addie McKelvey was not scared of that one. Gives the Lady Panthers an 8-point lead with 22 seconds to go.
I got her with 5 on the evening.
Gallatin looking to take the last shot. 9 seconds to go. Montgomery at the baseline. Works her way back into the lane. Spin move up. No good. Rebound Lindsay. Gets it off to Mays. 3 seconds. 2 seconds. 1. She's not going to get it off. Yes, she does, but it's a little short. So at the half, Gallatin got it close, but the Panthers able to make a couple of baskets to extend the lead back out to 8 at the end of 2. It's Portland 24, Gallatin 16. You're listening to high school basketball here on the Portland Sports Network.
Christmas is right around the corner, and so is Graphic Obsessions on Main in Portland. Tell them about it, Elfie.
Wow, Graphic Obsessions has so much cool stuff, Santa. The new location on Main is packed with all kinds of gifts for everyone. They even do embroidery and have a custom hat bar.
Sounds like I need to get to Graphic Obsessions soon and get my list all taken care of.
Graphic Obsessions on Main in Portland. Visit our Facebook page today or stop in and see us.
Graphic Obsessions on Main is your Portland Panther football headquarters for Panther apparel. Don't see it in your size? Just ask, and we'll print it on your size in minutes. From t-shirts and caps to hoodies and more, Graphic Obsessions on Main has what you need to support the Panther football season. Stop in today or visit our Facebook page. Graphic Obsessions on Main in Portland.
Touchdown!
Open Tuesday through Friday 9 to 5 and Saturdays 9:30 to 3. Graphic Obsessions on Main is in a larger space and has more to choose from than ever. Tons of Panther designs we can print in minutes. Tons of inventory you can grab right off the rack today. And the amazing new hat bar, where you can customize your own hat. See a design you love but not in your size? We'll print it in just minutes. So many unique gift items right in the store. With the holidays fast approaching, remember, shop early at Graphic Obsessions on Main in Portland.
Christmas is right around the corner, and so is Graphic Obsessions on Main in Portland. Tell them about it, Elfie.
Wow, Graphic Obsessions has so much cool stuff, Santa. The new location on Main is packed with all kinds of gifts for everyone. They even do embroidery and have a custom hat bar.
Sounds like I need to get to Graphic Obsessions soon and get my list all taken care of.
Graphic Obsessions on Main in Portland. Visit our Facebook page today or stop in and see us.
Halftime of the first game of tonight's doubleheader, where your Lady Panthers lead Gallatin by a score of 24-16. A good, clean overall start to finish ball game for the Lady Panthers, much different than the game we saw Tuesday night. And John, I just feel like Coach Stein had some instructions. Had some things that he worked on in practice since Tuesday, and it seems like they've came out and they've taken that instruction and just a completely different team than what we saw Tuesday night.
Yeah, it is a different team. Of course, you're playing a different team too, so sometimes that makes a difference. You know what I'm saying? I'm not taking anything away from Gallatin or anything, but I don't think they play with quite the intensity and physicality that Hendersonville does. But we do look good, and we just got to keep building on it. Sometimes you got to have teams that maybe you match up better than to get your confidence. You know what I mean? You have to have some good time. I just don't want too many of those games because the tough times are how you grow when you got young guards.
Mm-hmm. That's a good point. Looking at the stats, John, I know you got that for us over there as far as what Lady Panthers were able to do.
McKelvey's got 5 points for tonight. Paul has got 6. Moot's got 9. Bradley with 4. We're 2 for 2 from the free throw line. Rebounds, Russell has got 5. Mace 1, McKelvey 3, Paul, and you deal with me. I'm going to get Paul. It took me all last year.
It's okay.
And we didn't find out till like the state tournament or something. It was senior night. No, it wasn't senior night because she wasn't a senior.
It's when they was on the radio.
Was that what it was? Yeah, when they were at that's right, our Saturday show.
When they did the pregame.
Right.
Recording.
Yeah. We were looking at each other like, what? But obviously she knows, I would think. Anyway, back on the rebounds, Moot with 5, Bradley with 2, Lindsay with 1, Sharklet with 1, steals, Russell with 1, Paul with 2, Moot with 1, assist, Russell with 1, Paul with 1, Moot with 1, Bradley with 1, Lindsay with 2, and we've only got 1 turnover. That's the big thing, because I think last week, off the top of my head, it was maybe 10 per half or 20 total.
Mm-hmm.
So we went from 10 turnovers to 1 turnover, and that's the big thing. I think the only thing that probably Coach Stein wants to get cleaned up a little bit is they're getting a few more offensive rebounds than they need to get. In girls basketball, more than anything, offensive rebounds what makes you a champion or not a champion.
And I think what it do is just take what they give you. If they want to run a zone, then we can just do like we did there towards the end of the second quarter. Let's just throw the ball around, have some ball movement, get them going back and forth. That makes an 8-point lead seem like an 18-point lead if you're going to run that much clock off for every possession. So I say take what they give you and go from there.
Yeah, but I agree with you. Gallatin scoring, we've got Good with 4, Montgomery with 8, Shadowlands with 4. They're 8 for 8 from the free throw line, which is pretty impressive. So that's really kind of kept them in the game, is hitting being 100% at the free throw line.
Yep, I agree. We're going to take another short pause. We'll be right back. We'll get set for second half action here on Panther Basketball.
Christmas is right around the corner, and so is Graphic Obsessions on Main in Portland. Tell them about it, Elfie.
Wow, Wow, Graphic Obsessions has so much cool stuff, Santa. The new location on Main is packed with all kinds of gifts for everyone. They even do embroidery and have a custom hat bar.
Sounds like I need to get to Graphic Obsessions soon and get my list all taken care of.
Graphic Obsessions on Main and Portland. Visit our Facebook page today or stop in and see us.
Graphic Obsessions on Main is your Portland Panther football headquarters for Panther apparel. Don't see it in your size? Just ask, and we'll print it on your size in minutes. From t-shirts and caps to hoodies and more, Graphic Obsessions on Main has what you need to support the Panther football season. Stop in today or visit our Facebook page. Graphic Obsessions on Main in Portland.
Touchdown.
Open Tuesday through Friday 9 to 5 and Saturdays 9:30 to 3.
"24-16 is your halftime score. Lady Panthers on top of Gallatin. I got distracted there, John. I'm sorry. The boys came in their warm-up uniforms there, and I'm still not quite used to that yet.
Yeah, I forgot to ask Coach Ferg to see if he can hook me up with a pair of those bad boys.
Coming in with their prison stripes.
Yeah. I mean, are you going to wear them out, or is it kind of like bedclothes or something? Or
I'm wearing them to the game.
oh, good gracious. Okay.
I'd love to go to East Rob and those things. Coach Brooks and Coach Bruce be looking at me like, "What are you doing, Coach there?" I'm going, "I'm styling, dudes. Don't you know? Can't you tell?" I'd do it.
I'm sure you will. We'll see where. See if I bet he's got some extra on hand that he'll let you borrow for one night only.
No, I got to have them for all time's sake. They're pretty slick. I love them.
I do want to mention, if you'd like to become a sponsor for Portland Sports Network, please contact Mr. John Thayer. You can also leave comments on our Facebook page or our YouTube channel.
Yeah, and remember on YouTube, please like and please subscribe.
So if they hit like, they're not necessarily liking you. They're just liking
Yeah, they're
the
liking
channel.
me.
Oh,
They're liking the idea
of you.
of broadcasts that are consistent, you can count on, and the great voice of the Panthers will be part of it.
Speaking of being consistent and counting on, you were able to get Avery Hughes' signing day moments earlier this week. That looked like a big production. That was pretty cool.
My part of the production didn't work at all because the iPad wouldn't stream live, which was our full intent. But luckily, we regrouped, and I gave Donna Sadler my phone to record so we could push it up a little bit later. But it was very impressive. I'm not sure who all. I know Coach Ferguson's wife had a lot to do with it, but everybody who put the work into it for the presentation was very top notch, as good as any school that I've ever seen. So they should be very proud of it. It's better than back. I'm not dogging anybody, but back in 2002, they really didn't even know what to do.
I was going to say, did they do that kind of stuff?
Well, we had a sign, not like this. The whole school didn't get to be part of it, but we were in some office, and it was me and my wife and son.
It was behind doors
couple
with the
coaches
boosters.
A couple coaches like Coach Barham, and I don't remember who. Coach Beaver was there, Danny Thompson, and like the principal. But it wasn't nothing as fun as this.
It was more of a photo shoot then, wasn't it?
Yeah, it just wasn't that way back then.
We have another signing on Wednesday. That'll be Emiliano Duke. We'll be signing with Maryville. So hopefully we can get that recorded and uploaded also on YouTube for him.
That's exciting. Teams are getting their final instructions from the coaches in the huddles as we're getting set for second half action. Again, your Lady Panthers are up by 8. Strange. I'm not sure what's going on with the board and the scoring, but I forgot how I got used to the Jumbotron, and now I don't have it. I'm kind of lost.
For fouls, that really helps. Or when in the girls' game, especially because the hair gets in the way of the number.
Just all the flash and the.
They should have called us in. We probably would have got it fixed. That's our thing. We know how to do that.
Well, the reason we know how to fix things is because we're the ones that messed it up in the first place.
My that. We didn't do that.
Well, no, that made me that. Starting in the second half for Coach Stein, it will be Madison Mays, Nylock Paul, Gorchek Moot, Story Russell, and Addie McKelvey. And McKelvey will play point guard. And Mays will play in the free throw position area, starting this motion offense. Moot out on top, over to the far area. McKelvey in the corner to Mays. Mays tries to take a little floater, gets it knocked back. Russell, though, is able to pick it up, but she took some steps. Turnover will give the ball to the Gallatin Lady Greenway.
Yeah, Bradley, I don't see her starting this half. I guess that third foul, they're trying to see how deep they get without getting her in there for that.
Gallatin now going left to right, and Mays got a little too aggressive in the defensive pressure, and she'll get her second foul of the night.
I like her being aggressive. That's the only way you're going to grow out of being a freshman is playing tough defense.
Gallatin will inbound on the far side. Shadowins being guarded by Mays. Ball is tipped out by Russell. It'll stay with the Green Wave.
Just a reminder, Sean Utley's going to join us between games. Hall of Famer, basketball phenom, back in the day.
Inbounds, Gallatin tries to go to baseline. There's a double team. Can't pass their way out of it. Turnover. Lady Panthers get the basketball. And Mays will initiate the offense against that 2-3 zone. She passes it over to Paul, slides down the lane, gets the ball back. Doesn't have an opening, so she'll give it back to Paul. Paul will back it up, restart the offense. Goes over to the far wing area to Mays, back out on top to McKelvey. Paul in the near slot. Flashes into the lane, gets the pass back from Moot. Shot is no good. Rebound Russell, and she'll pull it back out front, and we'll start it up again. Second half just starting. Lady Panthers up 24-16. Moot gives it to Russell, flashing in the lane, and she'll throw it back out to McKelvey in the corner. Back to Moot for three. Off the mark. Picked up by Gallatin. Over to Vaughn. Three from Montgomery is no good. Mays gets the rebound, and she'll keep the ball as she pushes it forward. Back over to the far side to Moot. Far corner to McKelvey. Back to Moot, and she'll take another three. That one goes in. And Coach Stein immediately calls timeout, and you could see Moot when that three went in, it was like that was the first three she made in 3 years. It was like a breath just came out of her for that one finally going in. So Coach Stein called a quick timeout there.
Maybe you're going to throw a trap press on him here out of the timeout? I don't know. You know, we need to mic him up.
Oh.
I would say he would say absolutely not.
I'll throw it out there. We'll see what they say. That gives 12 points on the night for Gorchek Moot. Would like to stay informed on all the Portland High School sports action. Download the PHS Athletics app. Get real-time updates on schedules, scores, and team news directly to your mobile phone. iPhone users, search PHS Panthers. Android owners, search Portland Panthers Athletics.
And they've got to get that fixed because I do know the other day when they tried to get to our link for this station, it would not go. And I let them know that. It's very important that it gets working. See, it says this video has not been updated.
Montgomery at the top of the key turns around, faces Moot, tries to get around her, no good, hands it off to three, and Vaughn makes one from the corner.
That's her first points for tonight.
Jemiah Vaughn. Mays quickly back up into the front court, almost loses possession, has to start over. Gives it over to Paul. Paul gives it to Moot. She tries another three just off the mark. But again, Story Russell with the rebound. The junior adding extra possessions for the Lady Panthers here in the second half. McKelvey on the far side being guarded by Vaughn. Mays, baseline. The floater is
like
in
that
there.
shot.
That
was
was
a nice
beautiful.
shot. That was absolutely phenomenal. She knew exactly where the bigs were coming. Pulled up just short, floated it in. Beautiful play.
Double-digit lead for the Lady Panthers now, 29-19. Russell comes from behind, steals the basketball, tries to make her way to the other end. Gallatin's able to catch up. Russell misses the shot, but gets her own rebound. Back to Mays for the three. No good. Ball a scander out of bounds, and it will go over to Gallatin.
She's got a nice shot. She's going to score a lot of points for the Lady Panthers in the next 4 years, I believe, unless I just jinxed her.
An 0 for 12 drought coming up for the freshman number 2, thanks to Coach John Thayer.
I don't think so. That shot's sweet. It's going to drop a lot of balls.
Man-to-man pressure for the Panthers at the three-quarter court area. Gallatin was able to get through it over to Parker, and they'll call a reach in on the Lady Panthers. That one will be the first foul on Story Russell.
Yeah, that was,
Second team foul.
yeah, that was sad because she had her tied up.
Gallatin finally gets it in. Parker makes her way to the top of the key. Throws it off to Crenshaw. Crenshaw back to Parker. Parker goes baseline. McKelvey cuts her off. Back out on front. Swings it around to the far side. Baseline ball. Turns around. Ball is rejected by Paul. Gallatin able to keep possession. Cross-court pass almost stolen by Paul, but she ran into the Gallatin Lady Green Wave offender. So that'd be a foul on number 2-3, her second of the night. 2 fouls on Paul. 3 fouls on Kieva Bradley, who has yet to come in the second half. Good. Back out on top. Crenshaw swings out, gets a pass. Paul almost intercepts it. Down the lane goes Vaughn. Stutter steps, shot goes up and goes in. What a shot by Jemiah Vaughn.
Yeah, that was nice.
Moot quickly comes back the other direction and rolls one in from the middle of the lane. This is Gorchek Moot's night. 14 points for her. Madison Mays, incredible defense here on the backcourt, and they're going to call a foul. Got a little too aggressive.
Yeah, it was good D, but just a little bit too much reaching. She needs to stay more lateral and not reach. But it is good defense, for sure. You like to see freshmen play that hard.
4 team fouls on the Lady Panthers as Story Russell will take a breather. Ariel Lindsay comes back into the game. Crenshaw to Good, far side to Montgomery. Montgomery trying to look over Moot, can't see. Finally gets it down low to Barr. Barr turnaround jumper's good. 31-23 Lady Panthers lead. Lindsay to Paul. Mays swings it over to Moot in the far corner, back to Mays. She'll sling it to Lindsay at the elbow area, back out on top to Paul. Paul at the volleyball line, so let's get this started again. She lobs it over to Mays. Mays takes a couple of dribbles to Moot. Back to Mays, cutting to the basket. She can't get a handle on it, though. Able to keep possession. Gives it over to Paul. Paul misses the hook shot. Gets her own rebound. Turnaround is good. Nylock Paul did not give up on the shot.
No, she definitely did not.
Back to a 10-point lead, 33-23. Panthers almost have a turnover, and it causes Gallatin to get a layup as the Panthers got caught trying to get the steal, and everybody was up front. Good leaked behind them, and she was wide open for the layup. Lindsay. Paul. Moot to the near wing area. In the corner, back out to Moot. Now Mays is at the top of the key, and she'll sling it over to Lindsay. McKelvey takes a dribble, throws it to Moot. Tries to get it down low to McKelvey. She does get it to her. McKelvey gets turned around. He does get the shot off amongst the trees, but it doesn't go in.
It was a good look.
Kept the ball at the high point. three for Gallatin was no good. Rebound was loose on the floor. And we'll have our first tie-up of the night with 1:23 to go in the third quarter.
That's kind of unusual to wait that long to get a jump ball, huh, or a tie-up ball.
It is. Possession arrow will go to the Lady Panthers as Lindsay will sit back down. In comes Bailey Sharklet. And Gallatin will attempt to inbounds almost to the corner area out to Montgomery. Montgomery goes straight down the lane, takes a shot off the mark. And here we go. Tie up number 2 with 1:17 to go in the third.
Yeah, that's just that freshman deal going on there. She got a rebound, and they collapsed on her, and she just couldn't clean it out the way she needed to do.
So that last possession arrow actually went to Gallatin, as you can tell when we called the play. So the possession arrow there turned to the Panthers. And that time, the lob into McKelvey. She gets turned around and gets the shot off, and that one goes in.
Even though that's not a good spot for her to be setting in, she's so quick when she catches it and releases it. Even the bigs can't get there and do anything about it.
And that may be number 3 on Mays. As they're having a discussion.
They're doing a master reset on the scoreboard.
That may have been the 5th foul. As they're going over to the scorers table, now they're sending Gallatin to the free throw line. So we're going to assume that we're in the bonus situation, and Coach Stein's trying to correct the scoreboard situation. John, go ahead. If we got it up here, if you need to.
I can just remote over there.
Send your expertise down there.
I'll just need to play with it one time to understand how it works, and then we'll be good to go. That's all I need.
Just under a minute to go here in the third quarter. Portland leads by 10, 35-25. And Shadowins will go to the free throw line for 2, where she misses the first one.
That's their first free throw miss of the night. And their second.
Second one is off the mark, but Good gets her own rebound, comes back up, misses the putback, and a collision under the basket, and that'll go against Gallatin.
Yeah, that was a little brutal hit there.
Only the first team foul for Gallatin here in this quarter. Second foul on Montgomery. Paul trying to get everybody back as Gallatin's a throw over the top to Moot. What a pass as she lays it in. A nice post from the far corner, and Gallatin wasn't ready for it. Moot was 16 on the night. Good in the lane, turnaround jumper off the mark. Rebound, Gallatin, another offensive rebound for the Green Wave. As Shadowins down the lane, gets hacked across the arm, so Soraya Shadowins, a freshman, will go to the free throw line for 2 with 28 seconds to go here in the third. Portland up by 12, though.
Yeah, quick shout out to my buddy Kevin Rao down in South Pitt, Tennessee. His team dominated their state.
Barely eked one out.
Yeah, barely eked one out. There's a big jumbotron and everything going on down there.
Shadowins missed the first one. What was the South Pittsburgh through all the games they played in the tournament? Wasn't it like 212-13 or something?
I don't know.
The score difference?
Yeah, they pretty much dominated. I mean, every year they do that, though. They're predominant state champion.
That's what they do.
Yeah.
Shadowins makes the second one, so it's an 11-point game with 22 to go for McKelvey. She backs her way back out on front. Gallatin going to a man-to-man defense now. Moot into the lane, takes the mid-range, no good. Sharklet tries to chase it down. Gallatin's able to get it, throws it up ahead. 4 seconds, a heave from half court, a little too early, and it'll go out of bounds, and there's 0.3 seconds left.
I really did like that shot, though. It was real close to going in.
So the Lady Panthers will have to inbounds it. They'll have the length of the court to go, though. Not sure how far you can go, and they'll just inbounds and hold it to the buzzer. Boy, that was a long 0.3 seconds. At the end of 3, it's Portland 37, Gallatin 26. We'll take a short break. We'll be back for the final 8 minutes. You're listening to Panther Basketball.
Graphic Obsessions on Main is in a larger space and has more to choose from than ever. Tons of Panther designs we can print in minutes. Tons of inventory you can grab right off the rack today. And the amazing new hat bar, where you can customize your own hat. See a design you love but not in your size? We'll print it in just minutes. So many unique gift items right in the store. With the holidays fast approaching, remember, shop early at Graphic Obsessions on Main in Portland.
Lady Panthers able to extend their lead to 11. And John, Bradley didn't play any of that third quarter.
She don't look like she's going to start the fourth quarter.
So her getting the 3 fouls, I guess maybe it's a learning lesson here.
I don't know.
But Coach Stein did go small there for several minutes there in the third quarter, and I kind of like the way he did that.
Yeah, and, the big thing is I want our young girls to get in there, get as much playing time as they possibly can, because we're going to need them depth-wise for sure.
Gorchek Moot leading all scores so far after that. She had 7 points in that quarter. She has 16 for the night. And just as we're talking, Bradley comes out for the fourth quarter. It will be Bradley, Moot, Paul, Russell, and McKelvey. Starting 5 on the floor for Coach Stein. But the Panthers will be on defense to start this final quarter. Gallatin with possession of the basketball. Montgomery at the top. Picks up her dribble, guarded by Moot. Hands it off to Parker. Parker down the lane, misses a shot. Montgomery comes from nowhere to get the rebound and throws it up, and it's in. No box out from the Panthers on that one. And it's back to a single-digit lead for the purple and white. Paul says, I'm going to lob it down low to Bradley, who's triple-teamed for a second. And she dribbles it back out over to Paul. Paul tells Russell to get on the near side, and Paul to get out front. Lobs it again to Bradley. Turns around, misses the shot. Put back no good by Moot. Ball's loose on the floor. Moot tracks it down the lane. Mid-range floater, no good. Ball is on the floor, and we have ourselves another tie-up. Little rusty there for Bradley, right?
Yeah.
She had a couple of great looks at the basket.
Yeah, her legs just kind of went away. She's not warmed up yet.
Panthers keep possession of the basketball. Underneath the basket, they'll throw it in. Lobs it out on top to Moot. Moot takes a screen from Bradley, but throws it over to Russell. Russell screens her way to the top of the key. Paul now has possession of the basketball. Calling for the clear out. Goes down the right-hand side of the lane and gets fouled on the drive. I like that.
Yeah, she's got to be careful that one girl on the very end just doesn't step down and get charged instead of a foul there.
As you can hear, the PA process is now working again, or for the first time, as Paul misses the first free throw. That second one floats in. A high archer for Paul, and she gets it in. Back to a 10-point game for the Lady Panthers. Full court pressure is on. Gallatin at the 5-count mark finally gets it across the center court.
Oh.
Almost taken away by Moot, but Gallatin's able to get the layup as they tried to lob it down the low post. Moot tracked it down, but couldn't get it tipped out of the way, and the Panthers, well, we'll see. It was last touched by Gallatin. Tries to throw it down low. There was nothing there, but Gallatin tipped it out. Got lucky on keeping that one. Score is now 38-30, Lady Panthers, with 6:36 to go. Inbounds from the baseline. Russell finds Bradley coming off a screen. Nobody tracked her, and she had the layup on the far side.
That's her 6th point for tonight.
Coach Stein is going to call timeout. I want to remind everyone our next game for the Lady Panthers will be Tuesday. We'll be traveling over to Cross Plains, Tennessee. East Robertson Lady Indians will be the opponent. We'll be there, and game starts at 6 o'clock. We'll get on the air about 5-something.
5 something's about right. 10 till?
Yeah.
It's up to you. I don't know. I'll be there. I'll be there at 5, making sure we got to hook up, working,
Making sure you're streaming.
making sure we're streaming. Don't they got Pennington? Was that her last name?
Yes.
So she's going to be, what, a junior this year?
She may just be a sophomore, buddy.
Oh, I thought she was a freshman 2 years ago.
Okay.
I don't know. She's good point guard, though. I know that. She can shoot.
Yeah, kind of looking forward to seeing her again because she did impress in the last time out. And we saw her. Panthers up by 10, 40-30, 6:34 to go here in the fourth quarter. No changes in the lineup for Coach Stein. I like how they immediately tried to go to Bradley. Pretty much every possession down here in this fourth quarter, they've tried to get her the ball.
Yeah, they did a good job of
make her-
working, and she's done a good job of making herself available.
So Gallatin has the length of the floor to go. Panthers in this press. Gallatin, for the most part, has done a pretty good job of controlling the press. They have had a couple of turnovers, such as that one right there. They got tipped by Paul and picked up by Bradley, and Bradley gets pushed from behind. That was length, is what that was.
Yeah, there's no
they
doubt.
They had it spaced out right, but Paul was able to jump and get that deflection, and it was picked off by Bradley.
Yeah, Paul and Moot both can just jump out of the gym. They got so much up, so much length.
So Russell will inbound. She goes into the backcourt to McKelvey. 6:19 to go. Lobs it to the elbow to move back to McKelvey. Out on front to Paul for a long three. Way off the mark. Bradley chases the rebound down, but it gets deflected out by Gallatin. So Lady Panthers will try it again. Inbound goes to Moot in the corner, and she gives it right back to Russell, who lobs it into Bradley. Bradley goes underneath the basket around the other side and makes the shot.
Yeah, when she took off, I go, "What are you doing?" And then she's doing a little Showtime, shot there.
Wow.
Hey, if you make it, it's cool.
It goes in. There's nothing you can say. McKelvey gets called for the reach in. That's only the first team foul for the Panthers here in this quarter. Just under 6 minutes to go. Panthers up by 12, 42-30. Parker being guarded by Paul, who takes it away from her, lobs it over to Moot for misses the layup. What a great play.
Oh, it was a great play.
While Paul was gathering the basketball, Moot come from nowhere, and she was open. Paul saw her, got it up to her, misses the layup.
Yeah, that was a really big-time pretty play there.
Luke's upset with herself, but Paul's going to take a breather as Ariel Lindsay comes into the game. They throw it over the top into the lane. Bradley comes down and affects the shot. Lindsay with the rebound.
Lindsay hustles, that's for sure.
McKelvey fakes to the left, goes to the right. Dribble handoff to Russell as Gallatin's back to a man-to-man defense. Moot comes around and just loses her defender. I'm not sure what happened there. Defender just left her. Moot takes one from the elbow, and it goes in.
I just like that little jump shot. It's nobody's going to be able to defend her like that because they're back deep. If they come out on her three, she's going to pull up that 10-foot jump shot. It's a very valuable shot to have.
Turnover on Gallatin gives the ball back to Portland with 5:10 to go. 14-point lead. Swings it around to Lindsay. Lobs it down to Bradley. Bradley had position on her defender. Ball was just a little overthrown. She has to chase it down. Panthers do keep possession, and they'll run some more time off the clock. Lindsay to Moot. Baseline. Left her defender standing still. Moot goes to the left baseline, shoots the layup with her right hand. And she has 20 on the night. Down the lane goes Vaughn, and she gets fouled, and the shot goes in. So that'd be the fourth foul on McKelvey, and Mays will come in for her. Mays has 3-ish fouls of her own. Vaughn gets set for the and one. It goes in. Substitution for Gallatin. 13-point lead for the Lady Panthers. 4.5 to go here in the fourth. Mays looking over the bench for the play. Gives it off to Moot. That's the play I would do. Give it to Moot. Let her go down the lane. And let her do what she wants to do with it.
It's our ball, but it's a little physical there for a second.
Ball goes out of bounds. It will remain with the home team.
Which is us tonight.
Moot will inbounds in the baseline, far corner area, lobs it into Bradley. Bradley's a little bit too far out.
Oh.
Tries to make a move, and they're going to say that she took steps.
I disagree. I didn't think she took steps there. I don't know.
That was a tough one.
It was a nice move.
Gallatin into the front court. Good. Towards the baseline. Montgomery, top of the key. Backs it up, being guarded by Russell as there was a switch made. Bradley now guarding the shorter Good. Montgomery goes baseline, switches over to the far corner. 3 is missed.
That's over the back.
Rebound by Gallatin, back out on top. And they'll swing it to the far side again. Down low to Montgomery. Montgomery guarded by Bradley. Jump stop, turn around, shot no good. And they're going to say Bradley leaned in. That'll be number 4. Montgomery will go to the free throw line for 2. Montgomery's a physical player. It's kind of hard to guard her without getting that foul called against you. She makes
is.
the first one.
I agree, but I thought we were straight up on that.
Bradley will come out. Paul will come back in. Montgomery on the second free throw. That one goes in. Well, if anything, the free throw shooting of this Gallatin squad is superb.
Yeah, it is. They had that one streak of 3 misses, but other than that, they look really good.
Moot to Russell. Russell goes baseline. Gets cut off. Throws it out to Lindsay. Over to the far side. Paul takes a 3 from the corner. Bounces in and out. Lindsay comes in with the rebound, but loses it. Gallatin will move up ahead. Portland up by 11 with 3:22 to go. Slings it forward for Good. Good takes a couple of dribbles and then makes the layup. Goes right around the defender. 46-37, Lady Panthers lead. Coming up on the 3-minute mark. Paul backs it up. Guarded by Montgomery. She goes to her left. Gives it over to Mays, who goes baseline, throws it to the far corner to Moot. Moot says, let me get into the paint.
Nice shot.
Turn around. Underhanded shot is no good. Everything looked good except the final second. Lob up ahead, too far, and it'll go back to the Lady Panthers. Panthers up by 9 with 2:40 to go. Substitutions for Coach Stein. Bradley, McKelvey, Sharklet will come in. Moot, Mays, and Lindsay will step out. If we've learned anything this week, John, Coach Stein, until further notice, is going to use his full bench and rotate them frequently.
Yeah, you got to. You just never know who's going to get in a foul. Here and there, you can't go with 5 people ever.
Sharklet gets double teamed, passes her way out of it, lobs down low to Bradley, pump fakes, misses the putback. And Sharklet chases down the rebound and she gets fouled. That'll be the 3rd team foul on Gallatin.
Yeah, she's just got to work on getting the ball up a little bit and elbows out. I didn't say swing them. I just said up and out. If a swing happens to happen, it happens to happen. But if you tuck it in your belly, they're going to tie you up every time.
Lob on the inbounds to Moot, but she misses
Nice
a shot.
rebound.
The putback by Bradley is good.
That's her 10th point. limited playing times.
Down low to Montgomery. She turned around, and basically we were just saying, we're not going to foul you and stop the clock. So it's 48 to 39. Paul into the lane. No look pass over to Bradley. Loses the basketball back to Paul, and Paul will get fouled.
I'm not a real big fan of non-contesting. I want to get after those shots there. I don't want to stand back and let her have easy layups.
And they're going to say she was in the act of shooting, so Paul will go to the free throw line. Makes the first one. Timeout is called. We'll take a short pause. We'll be right back. 1:52 to go. Lady Panthers lead by 10. You're listening to high school basketball.
Christmas is right around the corner, and so is Graphic Obsessions on Main in Portland. Tell them about it, Elfie.
Wow, Graphic Obsessions has so much cool stuff, Santa. The new location on Main is packed with all kinds of gifts for everyone. They even do embroidery and have a custom hat bar.
Sounds like I need to get to Graphic Obsessions soon and get my list all taken care of.
Graphic Obsessions on Main in Portland. Visit our Facebook page today or stop in and see us.
Graphic Obsessions on Main is your Portland Panther football headquarters for Panther apparel. Don't see it in your size? Just ask, and we'll print it on your size in minutes. From t-shirts and caps to hoodies and more, Graphic Obsessions on Main has what you need to support the Panther football season. Stop in today or visit our Facebook page. Graphic Obsessions on Main in Portland.
Touchdown!
Open Tuesday through Friday 9 to 5 and Saturdays 9:30 to 3.
1 minute and 52 seconds remaining in this basketball game. Lady Panthers are up on Gallatin 49 to 39.
We need to put a good, tough defense in here and not let them get back in this game. I don't think they can catch up and win, but you never know with a minute 52. They start fouling us, maybe because miss shots. Anything can happen, but I want our defense to pick it up a little bit.
Paul makes a free throw. That'll help.
Yeah, I just don't want those uncontested layups. I don't know. They irritate me.
Still in the backcourt. Gallatin's able to get it back. Paul's coming up from behind, almost took it away. The throw up ahead is taken away by Moot. She chases it down, goes up for the shot, and gets fouled from behind. Well, everybody was going downhill on that one.
Yeah, that's kind of play scare me too because it's 11-point game. It's kind of in hand. I'd hate someone to get undercut and get hurt.
So Moot will go to the free throw line. She makes that one. Coming into tonight's game, Gorchek Moot was 17 of 18 from the free throw line. And I should have waited to after this one to mention that.
Yeah, you just messed it up.
And she calmly misses the second one.
You didn't mean to. You're just
she
reporting.
got one of two.
You're reporting the news here, Wes.
Far corner. Gallatin down by 12. Montgomery trying to get into the lane. Gets around Moot. Moot stands her ground. Misses the shot. Bradley with the rebound.
Yeah. Good job.
Hands it off to Paul for the three. Hits the front of the rim. Gallatin with the shot. With the rebound.
Bradley did a really good job there pushing the ball up a little bit.
Looked like it was going to be a charge, and she held up. Down the lane goes Montgomery, and she makes the shot, and the foul will put her to the free throw line for an and one.
Yeah, and they say if you're going to do the foul, make sure you do it hard so they don't get that shot.
Charlotte will come out. Madison Mays will come back in. Under a minute to go. Mays, McKelvey, Moot, Bradley, and Paul. I feel like we're going to be saying that for a couple of years. Mays and McKelvey.
Yes, I hope we say it a lot this year.
Free throw is made, so that cuts it back to single digits, 51 to 42. Paul gets the inbounds pass, slows it down, over to McKelvey. They're still in the backcourt, up ahead in the middle to Bradley. Bradley lobs it over to Moot, and Moot makes the layup. What a pass.
Yeah, that was beautiful.
What do you got for Moot, John? I got 23. Is that pretty close? Montgomery turns around, takes one at the free throw line. It's no good. Bradley gets the rebound.
It's exactly what I have.
We'll say it's got to be close.
It's got to be perfect.
Up ahead to Paul. 20 seconds remaining. Portland up by 11.
Another walk.
And that was a travel as Paul was trying to get through the triple team. But that was quite not the way to do it. 17 seconds remaining. Lady Panthers probably can put this one in the books as Montgomery goes down the lane, does make the layup. 11 seconds to go. Inbounds. Bradley throws it up ahead to Paul. Paul backs around, and she's going to run the timeout. And sure enough, buzzer sounds. Good game for the Lady Panthers after the mishap from Tuesday night, and they'll come away with the win against this one against Gallatin. Your final score, Portland Lady Panthers 53, the Gallatin Lady Green Wave 44. We'll take a short pause. We'll be right back. Recap this game and go with our in-between game guest as you're listening to Portland High School basketball on the Portland Sports Network.
Graphic Obsessions on Main is in a larger space and has more to choose from than ever. Tons of Panther designs we can print in minutes. Tons of inventory you can grab right off the rack today. And the amazing new hat bar, where you can customize your own hat. See a design you love but not in your size? We'll print it in just minutes. So many unique gift items right in the store. With the holidays fast approaching, remember, shop early at Graphic Obsessions on Main in Portland.
Christmas is right around the corner, and so is Graphic Obsessions on Main in Portland. Tell them about it, Elfie.
Wow, Graphic Obsessions has so much cool stuff, Santa. The new location on Main is packed with all kinds of gifts for everyone. They even do embroidery and have a custom hat bar.
Sounds like I need to get to Graphic Obsessions soon and get my list all taken care of.
Graphic Obsessions on Main in Portland. Visit our Facebook page today or stop in and see us.
Welcome back, Portland Panther fans. The Lady Panthers just got finished beating Gallatin Green Wavettes. I'm guessing is what they're called. That's what I'm going to call them. 53-44. Scoring for Portland Lady Panthers. McKelvey with 7. Nalak Paul with 11. Gorchek Moot with 23. Kieva Bradley with 10. Madison Mays with 2. We were 8 for 6 from the free throw line. Rebounds, Story Russell 8. Madison Mays 2. Addison McKelvey 3. Nalak Paul 2. Gorchek Moot 6. Kieva Bradley 6. Ariel Lindsay 3. Bailey Sharklet 3. Steels, Story Russell with 3. Nalak Paul with 3. Gorchek Moot with 2. Kieva Bradley with 1. 1 block shot. Nalak Powell had that. Assists. Story Russell with 3. McKelvey with 1. Paul with 2. Moot with 2. Bradley with 2. Lindsay with 3. Turnovers. We only had 5 for the whole game. I'm not going to do the individual turnovers because I don't want to be a party pooper. But 5 was good because last game we had 20, which was totally not acceptable. So that's really good on the Lady Panthers' part. They really cleaned that up a lot. Scoring for the Gallatin Green Wave, who right now stands at 1-5. Good had 8. Montgomery had 18. Vaughn had 8. Shadowins had 9. Excuse the hesitation here because we got their lineup emailed to us all wrong, so this is just a bunch of scrabbling here. Free throw line, they really did a good job on the night there. But anyway, good win for the Lady Panthers. They now are at 4-4. So we're going to go to East Robb, beat a really good team there, and see what happens. But hey, we're going to take one commercial break, and we're going to be right back.
Christmas is right around the corner, and so is Graphic Obsessions on Main in Portland. Tell them about it, Elfie.
Wow, Graphic Obsessions has so much cool stuff, Santa. The new location on Main is packed with all kinds kinds of gifts for everyone. They even do embroidery and have a custom hat bar.
Sounds like I need to get to Graphic Obsession soon and get my list all taken care of.
Graphic Obsessions on Main and Portland. Visit our Facebook page today or stop in and see us.
We're back, sports fans. Portland Panthers are warming up now. They're getting ready to play the Gallatin Green Wave after the girls won tonight. I've got a special guest here, a Portland Hall of Famer, a person I know as a great dad from an ex-ball player that I had, Sean Utley. How are you doing, Mr. Utley?
Doing well, doing well.
What's been going on lately in your life?
Getting another year older and slower and wider, and
You don't look older, slower, or wider to me.
I'm trying not to. I'm a good faker, you know.
Definitely are. So
Appreciate y'all doing the show.
Yeah, we like it. I don't know. We were just having some problems making sure we got clean broadcasts. I caught a lot of flack from the community, which it wasn't my fault. This football season, where there was times we had some hesitations, couldn't get the games on, just fighting it. And then Portland Panther football is big up here.
It's huge.
And the Portland Panther broadcasts, you can miss a lot of things around here, but you can't miss those.
Right.
And when we can't get them on the air or we're delayed getting them on the air, the community just not going to stand for it. So, it was brought to our attention, or basically they asked me if we'd do this, and I go, yeah.
Well, I appreciate y'all doing it.
Yeah, we're going to work hard. We're going to try to make you guys, you and the community, proud of us. So what years did you play up here?
I played 83, 84, 85.
Yeah, that was before my time, so I didn't get to see you.
Yeah, that was my senior year, 85. It'll be 40 years. Yeah.
Well, what was your primary position?
I was small forward, large forward.
I know you were a big-time scorer, that was for sure.
Yeah, I did fairly well.
So records-wise, what were tell us about the teams that you guys like. Your
my sophomore
year,
we had a really good group. We had Phil Richardson, Todd Adams, Chris Estes. I'm trying to think who else. Danny Ford. Jim
Don't you hate when
Cornelius.
you forget
Yeah.
like that? And then the minute you get the headset off, you'll remember. It'll just start streaming.
But we were a district runner-up that year. And then my junior year, it was Ted Jernigan, Dwayne Kirkham, Jim Cornelius, Timmy Bale, and we were district runners-up that year. And then my senior year, it was myself and Dwayne Kirkham, Timmy Bale, Scott Roberts, and Richard Denning, and we made it to the sectionals. We had we won like 22 games. The only thing, there was an article in the Tennessean said the only thing slowing Portland down is the weather. We missed like the whole January. We missed the whole month of school.
What year was that again?
It was 85.
85.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but we had a really, really good team, and we got along together, and smart team, real smart team.
Right, and who was your coach?
In 83 and 84, it was Jim Butler, and then in 85, it was Dale Sprouse.
Okay.
Yeah.
I know both of those fine men.
Yeah, and but the games really changed. We didn't have the three-point line.
Right.
And we played at East Middle School in the old gym. I like that gym, though, to be honest with you. We talked about that when we did middle school. My son never got to play there because he was the first freshman class here. But up until that point, whenever they got to go play over in a high school gym, he loved it.
But that's the new gym at Over East.
Oh,
he
played
played
in the old gym. Yeah, where we used to practice baseball. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm with you.
Yeah. Yeah, where you would run into the stage on the
Yeah.
But I don't know. I spent a lot of hours in that gym from the time I was a sophomore to a senior. I basically lived there. So.
Well, that's how you get good.
Who were some of the teams? Can you remember in the district back then? That was.
Well, my my sophomore year. I'm sorry, Beach. They had Johnny Lynn. Do you remember Johnny Lynn?
Yes,
Norman Temple.
Went to Beach. Went to Auburn. Yeah.
Yeah. And that's who won the district. We were runner-up to them.
Oh, wow.
And they went on, and I think they were runner-up in the state that year. Very, very great team. My junior year, Greenbrier made it to the state. They were loaded. They had about 7 seniors. And then my we lost to Barry Booker and BGA in the regional championship game. You know, he went on and played at Vanderbilt.
Yeah, star of Vanderbilt.
And then we had to play Waverly. We had to go to Waverly and play, and we played Mill Holland. Mill Holland, I think he wound up going to Vanderbilt. And they were a really tall team, and then we lost by like 4, something like that. You know, it was.
Waverly's a tough place to play.
Oh,
in football and basketball.
I remember when we got there early, you know, 2 or 3 hours before the game. The stands was full, and we walked through the door, and it was just like, you know, boo, and throwing things, you know, tomatoes and stuff at you, and you're like, oh my gracious, will we get out here alive, you know? But it was a good time.
It's the Cameron Crazies way down there.
But BGA was a tough. It was funny that night. Barry Booker, we held him to like 6 points, but he had like 20 assists, you know. And so. He was just one of those type players.
That's amazing to hear those stories and to hear those names.
Right.
Because, you know, not going to tell his age versus my age, but I can remember those as like, wow, because I was way, you know, younger, but I remember all those names when they was playing basketball.
I was way older.
And to me, they were all 6'8". You know, when I would look at them, I was like, man, these guys are awesome.
I'll tell you something interesting. I had lunch with Phil Richardson, who was a senior when I was a sophomore. And back then, if you got a dunk in a game, it was very rare, you know. And we were talking about different games we had dunked in and things like that. Now, man, a dunk's like a layup, you know.
It's ridiculous.
It's like, oh, he dunked it, okay, whatever.
And they take one step to do it.
Yeah. You know, but back then, if you could dunk the ball, you know, you were something else. And then the shooting, the way they can shoot now. You know, there wasn't a lot of outside shooting when I played because we didn't have the 3-point line.
Right.
As far as the game today, can you mention something about the high school game today that's like we didn't get away with that back then. We couldn't do that.
I know one thing, but I'm gonna let him answer first. But I bet you I know.
I think the way they carry the ball, that's one thing.
That drives me nuts.
I think the hands with the defense, you know, hands on people, it's such a more physical game where when I played, to me, it was more of a finesse game. And to me, they've taken some of that out because of the physicality. And you know, it's made it where it's more even, where if you had a really good finesse player and you just go out there and try to bully him, they wouldn't allow that back then. You know, but I think it's the finesse of the game.
Right. The traveling, the palming the ball drives me crazy.
Oh, it drives me nuts.
Because in the old days, you used to have to know how to dribble.
That's right.
And I bring up the word power dribbling. No one even knows what power dribbling is anymore. But in them days, that was critical because when you broke down, you had to power dribble or they were going to steal the ball from you. But nowadays, all you got to do is loop it around your hands.
They're just looping it constantly.
What about the pressure of having to make a 1-and-1 free throw? Don't have to worry about that anymore.
It's strange, isn't it?
Yeah, that's a terrible rule.
I think that's a terrible rule.
It's an absolutely terrible rule. We talk about on the broadcast, the thing that separates a good player from a great player is when the game's on the line, getting up there and hit that free throw line. And when you know you get 2 shots as opposed to I better hit it's total different mindset. Yep. There's no on you.
I'll never forget my sophomore year. We played a Christmas tournament at Hendersonville, and I hit 2 free throws, one to go ahead. And then they played us at home, and I hit one to tie it, and Chris Estes hit a shot. We got the ball back. He hit a shot to win it. And you remember those things, you know. And
never
it was pressure.
Those.
But I think my problem was I was so young I didn't know the magnitude of the situation.
Right.
It's too ignorant.
You didn't know
you knew those free throws meant something, though. I'm telling you.
Well, I'll tell you what, Sean, I appreciate you coming up here and sitting with us.
Hey.
We always like to say that we got to sit down with a Hall of Famer and talk about old times and how.
Well, you always got Curtis.
That's exactly.
Yeah.
Good or bad, we always got
Curtis.
Appreciate
it.
All right, thanks a lot. They're starting the starting lineup here, and we'll turn it over to our public address announcer.
Be careful.
Number 2, Zach Wakefield. Number 11, Jack Boucher. Number 15, Isaac Oglesby. And number 24, Thomas Oglesby. The Green Wave led by head coach Bobby Luna. And now, Panther Nation, get on your feet and make some noise as we introduce the starting five for your Panthers. Starting at guard, a junior, number 3, Evan Ferguson. Starting at guard, a senior, number 0, Tristan Calvin. Starting at guard, the senior, number 4, Nate Honeycomb. Starting at guard, the senior, number 15, Clinton Totten. And starting at center, a senior, number 23, Keelan Dalton. The Panthers are led by assistant coaches Alex Meadows and Thomas Woodward. And the head coach, John Ferguson.
There you go with the starting lineups for both teams. As Portland coming in with a record of 4-3, going up against the Gallatin Green Wave, a record of 2-3. And it'll be Keelan Dalton jumping up against Thomas Oglesby. Ball is in the air. Dalton wins the tip. Goes back to Honeycutt. And Calvert will start the offense. And Panthers being first possession here in the starting out, going left to right, wearing the home rights purple trim. Down low to Dalton real quick. Baseline spin move. And he'll throw it back out to Totten. And Honeycutt gives it back to Totten. Bounce pass to the short porch for Dalton. Tries to go around the defender. Goes baseline up. No good. Good move by Dalton. Just couldn't get the shot to go in.
Yeah, it was a good shot.
Wakefield with the basketball. One thing that we want to say here, didn't get to do our pregame very much, but number 11, the guard right there, Jack Brochet, got to keep a hand on him. He loves to shoot threes, and he likes to make them every now and then too. Totten gets the rebound off the miss from Gallatin. Honeycutt the other direction. Over to Totten. Totten takes one from the elbow. Oh, it goes in.
Good shot. Good ball movement.
First basket of the night goes to Quentin Totten. Wakefield, guarded by Calvert, gives it off to Oglesby, trying to get around Dalton. But he'll back it back out to Wakefield. Wakefield goes down the lane, makes a shot off the rim, picked up by Totten. Totten will dribble it into the front court. Over to Honeycutt for the three. Off the mark. Picked up by Brochet. And he'll keep it himself. Starting lineup for the Panthers, Tristan Calvert, Evan Ferguson, Nate Honeycutt, Quentin Totten, and Keelan Dalton. In the lane for Gallatin, it was Isaac Oglesby, misses the shot. Totten gets it back up ahead to Calvert. Bounce pass, hits a few Gallatin Greenway feet. So kick will keep the ball with the Panthers.
Yeah, on that missed shot by Gallatin, I think Honeycutt had a lot to do with it because he was sitting there waiting for a charge, so the ball handler had to try to get out of his way, so it affected his shot.
Whistle blown as there was a little physicality before the ball was inbound. The referee trying to keep things cool. Calvert trying to get it in, has to lob it out front to Totten. Totten will give it over to Calvert. Panthers wearing their white jerseys, purple trim. Orange shoes, teal shoes, white shoes, black shoes. Take your pick. Calvert over to Ferguson. Ferguson pump fakes, goes into the lane, back out to Honeycutt, switches over to Totten. He'll take a three from the corner. No good. Tipped out to Gallatin. For Gallatin, it's Jack Brochet, Zach Wakefield, Macadus Cole, Isaac Oglesby, and Thomas Oglesby as their starting lineup, as Brochet being guarded by Ferguson. A big task. Ferguson almost took it away from him. Brochet's able to get it back. Back on top to Wakefield, over to Brochet in the corner. Ferguson playing very good defense, keeping Brochet from the shot, and Brochet gets a turnover. Totten in front of the pass, and he'll slow it down as he doesn't have the numbers. Ferguson going to take one from the top of the key. No good. And the rebound goes to Gallatin. Steal by Calvert, but he misses the left-handed layup. 5:08 to go here in the first quarter. Panthers with a 2-0 lead. And Calvert will get called for the reach in. Almost had the turnover.
Well, it's good defense by Tristan.
That's the first team foul for the night. Inbounds for Gallatin. Wakefield was started up. Panthers trying to jump these passing lanes early on. Down the lane goes Gallatin. Misses a shot. That was affected by Dalton. And he gets the rebound.
A great
up ahead
rebound.
to Taunton. And Taunton gives it to Ferguson. He'll try a three from this side. That one goes in. Ferguson shooting 33% from three. Gallatin misses one. Honeycutt with the rebound up ahead to Calvert. Calvert dipsy doodles his way into the lane but misses the shot. Offensive rebound for the Panthers. Taunton's going to take a three. That one goes in. Quentin Taunton with a three has 5 on the night. He had 2 threes in that game against Hendersonville Tuesday. And the coach for Gallatin takes a timeout, and that's Coach Bobby Luna in his 31st season as head coach of Gallatin basketball in the Tennessee National High School Coaches Association Hall of Fame. Was inducted into that very recently. Has over 600 wins, 500 of those with Gallatin. Has taken Gallatin to 3 state championship tournaments, I believe. He's got a large resume.
Yeah, he's a really good coach.
Been around for a while.
Yeah, that's a school back in the day when my son was growing up that if you're a real basketball kind of guy, that's a place you wouldn't mind landing to play for a coach like him.
Coach Luna did call that full timeout to try to get his team settled down. 8-0. Panthers are leading here in the early going. Trying not to let this game get away from him. As Day over to Wakefield. Back it on top to Dave. He takes a three. No good. Rebound goes back to Gallatin. The putback goes in. And Oglesby will go to the free throw line with the foul.
Yeah, on that rebound, you got to set body first, then jump. We jumped, and they got to tip over our back on that. I think if we'd have got body first, they'd have caught over the back.
So with 3:57 to go in the first, that's the second foul on Tristan Calvert. And that's Thomas Oglesby, the sophomore, that makes the and one. So now 8-3. Ferguson. Dalton. Dalton looks for a backdoor cut with Calvert. Not there. Taunton tries to go backdoor. It's not there. Dalton just says, I'm going to go into the lane. I'm going to shoot it. I'm going to make it. And I'm going to get fouled. Powered his way to the goal.
That was what I was going to say. That was just brute strength and determination.
First substitutions for Coach Ferguson, as always, coming in the middle of the first quarter, as Evan Brown will come in for Tristan Calvert with his 2 fouls. Sidnor come in for Ferguson as he takes a breather. Dalton at the free throw line trying to get the third of the old-fashioned three-point play, and he does it.
Brown had a great fourth quarter the other night to help us propel us into the victory.
8 points in that fourth quarter for Evan Brown. Had a three free throws made. Really sparked the Panthers to get that win. Oglesby, pump fakes up, no good. Dalton gets the rebound. Dalton leading the team in rebounds with over 9 a game. Sidnor to Honeycutt, back out on top to Dalton. Dalton meanders into the lane, misses a shot, but they're going to call a foul on Gallatin.
He's so strong going to the bucket.
That one will go against Bandy. So Keelan will go for 2. Misses short on the first one. Panthers did defeat Gallatin in their first matchup by a score of 56-44 at Gallatin Gymnasium, as Dalton makes the second one. 4 points in this first quarter for Keelan Dalton. Panthers up 12-3. Elijah Sidnor now having to guard Brochet. Baseline goes Wakefield. Tries to bounce it to Oglesby. He wasn't ready for it. The ball was a little bit too low. Dalton the other direction. They had numbers. They had to bring it back out. Yeah. Brown tries to lob it into Sidnor. Gets tipped away, but it'll remain Panther basketball.
Pass was a little low on the fast break. You got to keep it, above the waist. It's hard to bend down when you're running to get the ball.
Lob over to Totten.
Oh.
Tip in doesn't go in, and then they'll call Totten for over the back as he tried to get the rebound.
That was a really nice dish there by Evan Brown.
First foul on Totten, but that's 3 on the Panthers here in the first quarter with 2:35 remaining. Panthers with a 9-point lead. Wakefield over to the right-hand side. Tries to get around Honeycutt. Spin move, no good. Rebound put back by Bandy is good. Panthers quickly push the basketball into the front court and loses possession. Turnover. Gallatin gets it back down the lane and blocked by Keelan Dalton.
Yeah, this one ref, he really does like to blow his whistle. There you got a guy 3 feet away that sees the whole thing. He doesn't call anything. This guy's way back out here top of the key, and he wants to call it.
And he does call a foul on Keelan Dalton, which will send Cole to the free throw line where he misses the first. Will Caudill will make his first appearance coming in for Dalton. The second free throw rims out. Caudill with the rebound. Up to Brown. Brown behind the back to Sidnor. Over to Totten. Totten trying to look for Caudill down low. It's not there. Honeycutt's able to get it to him at the elbow. Cutting to the basket. Honeycutt. Caudill finds him and layup. First basket of the night for Nate Honeycutt. 14-5, Panthers lead. 3, no good. Gallatin gets the offensive rebound, but loses it on the floor. Honeycutt picks it up. Throws it up ahead to Totten, who goes baseline. Floater, no good. And they'll call charging. Offensive foul against the Panthers.
Foul call for 15. Went to the top.
It's his second.
And Evan Ferguson will swap places with Totten. Gallatin down by 5, down by 9, only 5 points in his first quarter, a minute 17 to go. Bandy at the top of the key, being guarded by Caudill. Stops at the free throw line, gives it off to Wakefield. Wakefield turns around. Everybody left him, so he turned around and shot the shot. It didn't go in. Honeycutt up ahead to Brown. Brown slows it down, backs it up under a minute. 14-5, Panthers lead. Brown picks up the dribble, bounce pass to Caudill. He's too far away from the basket. Dribbles his way back in. Spin move.
No, I'm not, Kyle Eden.
Give him the layup. What a move. Got his feet around the defender. Was nothing he could do.
Pretty athletic move there.
Gallatin down the lane, gets fouled on the shot. It goes in. And that'll send McCadence Cole to the free throw line. That's the first foul on Caudill. Cole trying to cut into this lead, and he does. 16-8, Panthers lead with 30 seconds to go. Panthers will look to play for the last shot. Dribble handoff to Honeycutt. Honeycutt back over to Brown. Brown not being defended just yet. Brochet comes up on him. Gets it off to Honeycutt. 8 seconds. Panthers are way back, but Honeycutt's able to get away. Hands it off to Cottle for the left-handed layup. What a move. Gallatin tries to heave one way off the mark. At the end of one, Portland up by 10, 18, Gallatin 8. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
Graphic Obsessions on Main is in a larger space and has more to choose from than ever. Tons of Panther designs we can print in minutes. Tons of inventory you can grab right off the rack today. And the amazing new hat bar, where you can customize your own hat. See a design you love but not in your size? We'll print it in just minutes. So many unique gift items right in the store. With the holidays fast approaching, remember, shop early at Graphic Obsessions on Main in Portland.
Coming back here to start of the second quarter. John, kind of what we thought it would be. Gallatin is an athletic team, so we knew we'd be going up and down the court like they are, but Panthers are doing a good job of picking and choosing when they want to push it and when they want to bring it back out and run the offense, and their ability to get inside the lane so far has been the difference in this game.
Yeah, we've been playing really good defense is what I like. And to me, that's the most thing. I absolutely love our man-to-man defense at this point, and we're doing a good job of pushing the ball when we need to and pulling it back and running the offense when we need to.
Panthers will play defense to start this second quarter as Eli Ferguson comes into the game. So bear with me. Eli Ferguson, Evan Brown, Keelan Dalton, and Will Cottle. Maybe if Dalton and Cottle just keeps it between themselves, it'll be all right. Brochet misses his first three-point attempt, but Gallatin gets the rebound. To the baseline, back out on top. Into the lane, shot is up, shot is good. That's a good move by Braylon Boone of Gallatin. That's it to 18-10. Cottle at the three-point line. Taps it over to Dalton. Dalton looking to drive down the lane, decides against it. Hands it off to Ferguson, who takes a screen from Dalton. Dalton tries to roll, gets hung up. Pass is made, but taken away by Gallatin. Had a good play there, but Dalton got held up as the ball was being bounced past to him. And it's turnover for the Panthers. Gallatin in the far corner. Boone gives it up to Oglesby. Back to Boone. Cole with the basketball, who's being guarded by Evan Ferguson. Back to Oglesby, down the lane, tries to get around Cottle. And they'll call a foul on the defense.
I think it was on the floor, though.
Gallatin will inbounds from the baseline. Dalton trying to guard the inbounds pass. And they're going to get a 5-second call. Violation against Gallatin. Will give the ball right back to the Panthers. And he just couldn't see over Dalton.
No, Keelan was all up in his face. It was a great job.
So, Panthers with an 8-point lead and possession of the basketball. Step back shot for Brown off the mark.
It was a good shot. It just didn't go.
Picked up by Gallatin. Bounce pass down low to Oglesby. Gets kicked by the Panther defense. So they'll keep the basketball as Honeycutt comes in for Cottle. Good outing. Good shift for Will Cottle.
Yeah, really looked good. Got some quality minutes. I'm going to see a lot more out of him. There was no doubt.
Bounce pass from the inbounds. Knocked over to the other block and a layup for Gallatin as everybody converged on Oglesby. Ferguson takes the pass, goes baseline, floater, in and out, but he gets fouled.
I liked him going downhill there. That was a good job.
The older Ferguson has some hops about him. I didn't say nothing to after he missed it that time. Ferguson with the miss is shooting 73% coming into tonight's game. Calmly makes that one. Gallatin down by 7. Wakefield. Oglesby dribbles his way to the free throw line.
Oh.
Tries to go down the lane, and Brown strips the basketball away from Cole, but they're going to say reach in on Brown.
Back on the wall, Evan.
Looked almost like all ball from here.
Line for the Greek Wave.
So Cole will go back to the free throw line. Panthers up 19-12 with 5:49 to go. Misses the first one.
He's 1 for 4 at the free throw line. Late in the game, if you're in a tight one, he's the one to foul, it looks like.
Makes that one.
Which is kind of unusual because he doesn't have the body type to be a bad free throw shooter.
19-13. Panthers lead is now 6. Double screen at the free throw line. Brown goes to the right. Gives it off to Eli Ferguson. Back to Brown in the corner. Brown trying to shed his defender. Gets into the lane.
He's getting killed.
And they'll call push on Gallatin. Funny how we had Sean Utley here talking with us, and he was talking about how physical the game has become from when he played. And that just a great example right there that we saw.
Yeah, he got fouled 4 times before they finally called it.
Brown will inbound on the baseline out front to Dalton. Dalton will hand it off to Honeycutt. 5:25 to go here in the second quarter. Panthers up by 6 against Gallatin. Takes a screen, a roll by Dalton. Bounce pass over to Ferguson. No good. Top of the backboard, out of bounds. It will go over to Gallatin. He had an open look on that.
Yeah,
three.
Keelan did a fantastic job of getting into the paint, drawing 3 defenders. He was wide open.
Wakefield to Bandy. Shot on the way. Shot is good. 2-point basket for Gallatin. It is now 19-15. Portland with the lead. Under 5 minutes to go. And look at that, John. They're going to call carrying on the Panthers.
Yeah, come on, man. If you're going to call that right now, you're going to be calling them all game long on both teams. I got $20 that tells you number 2 is going to travel right here. Sometime in this dribble, he's doing it right there. His hand is under the ball.
I love it. 3 on the way from Gallatin. Goes in, and the whistle is blown. They'll call a foul. We got blocked. I don't know if it was after the shot went off, but anyway, that's going to send.
Yeah, it was just
Devon
continuation.
Day. Yeah, that's going to send Devon Day to the free throw line for a 4-point play. Substitutions for Coach Ferguson as Eli Ferguson comes out. Evan Brown comes out. Quentin Totten and Tristan Calvert in the game. Calvert and Totten both with 2 fouls. And a 4-point play by Gallatin ties this basketball game with 4:41 to go. Coach Ferguson taking a chance with those 2 fouls on his 2 starters. Don't want this game to get out of hand. Honeycutt down the lane, misses the layup. Rebound goes out of bounds. Gallatin with the basketball.
Yeah, I got no problem with them letting them play as long as they let them play. And don't all of a sudden swallow a whistle here and then spit it out of your mouth on the next possession.
Calvert picks up Wakefield at the midcourt. Wakefield takes a screen, gets around, turnaround shot in the lane is good, and Gallatin has their first lead of the night with 4:14 to go here in the second quarter. Calvert quickly dribble hands off to Ferguson, and they're going to call traveling.
This is going to be good for him here. When you get behind, it's especially when you have such a big lead, how do you handle your composure? This kid right here, man, he comes down swinging elbows and arms and everything when he dribbles.
A 13-1 run by Gallatin. Bounce pass down low. I don't know how it got through. Bandy turns around on the much taller defender. makes it. Coach Ferguson says, I've seen enough, and he's going to call timeout. We'll take a quick timeout. We'll be right back. Panther basketball.
Christmas is right around the corner, and so is Graphic Obsessions on Main and Portland. Tell them about it, Elfie.
Wow, Graphic Obsessions has so much cool stuff, Santa. The new location on Main is packed with all kinds of gifts for everyone. They even do embroidery and have a custom hat bar.
Sounds like I need to get to Graphic Obsessions soon and get my list all taken care of.
Graphic Obsessions on Main and Portland. Visit our Facebook page today or stop in and see us.
It has been all Gallatin here in the second quarter as they have outscored the home team 15-1. A 3-point play, a 4-point play by Gallatin, along with a 3-point basket. And, John, it kind of got away here.
It has, but, we kind of expected that before the game started. It was going to be a tight game, a lot of physicality going on both sides, so we're just going to have to suck it up and play a little bit better defense, keep shooting our shots that we're shooting. I think we're making some good looks. They're just not going in right now.
But if they're going to let them play, does that favor the Panthers or does that go against us?
I don't know enough about Gallatin to know how that works for them, but we're a pretty gritty team. I don't think it's going to bother us at all.
Panthers will inbounds. Calvert will slowly bring it up. Passes over to Ferguson in the near wing. Pops out Dalton. He'll get over to Totten. Totten looked at the three. Goes baseline. Hands it out to Calvert. He'll take the three. Boosh. Three for Tristan Calvert. Breaks that run by Gallatin. Gallatin still with a 1-point lead and possession of the basketball. Bandy over to Wakefield, tries to go baseline, gets cut off by Calvert. They bring it back out.
Well,
Bounce
that's a
pass to
charge.
Bandy. Offensive foul against Nick Bandy. Will give the ball over to the Panthers with 3:11 to go here in the first half.
Foul ball double zero. Nick Bandy in second and the third team foul.
Calvert slowly walks it up. Takes a screen from Dalton. Dalton rolls. Calvert steps back, takes a mid-range, front of the rim, goes back to Gallatin.
Yeah, I'd like to see us run a play there and get the ball back in his hands in a set position. Nice
Wakefield
block.
down the lane. Ferguson comes from nowhere, blocks it, and throws it up ahead to Honeycutt. Honeycutt, which was trailing the play, turned around, gets the open shot, and now the Panthers have the lead again, and a turnover as Totten just took it away. And then Totten loses it, but it goes out of bounds. It'll stay with Portland.
Yeah, we picked our defense up a little bit, looking pretty good there.
So the Panthers got the lead back, trying to extend it here on this possession with 2.5 to go here in the second quarter. Bounce pass over to Ferguson. Over to Totten for three. Off the mark. Picked up by Ferguson. Back to Honeycutt. He fakes a pass, takes a three. No good. Chased down by Totten. Panthers getting extra possessions here on this go-around. See if they can make it do with it.
It's a nice feed.
Dalton gets fouled on the entry pass.
Yeah. Key was aggravated because he didn't make the shot, but it wasn't going to count anyway. They got it on the floor.
Foul ball 24. The second and the fourth.
That's the second foul on Oglesby. Now Matt Cole will get the job of guarding Dalton as Calvert will lob it to Dalton at the three-point line. Back to Honeycutt. Quick pass to Calvert at the elbow, and he'll back it up. Under 2 minutes to go. Panthers up by 1. Tight battle against this Gallatin team when they played 3 weeks ago. Dalton goes into the lane, uses his body to shield the defender, and makes the layup.
Yeah, Key wasn't going to be denied there. It was physical, physical, physical.
Wakefield. Over to Isaac Oglesby.
Oh.
Honeycutt left his defender to try to steal the basketball from Oglesby, and Oglesby turned around just enough for Honeycutt actually made contact.
Key is a great athlete. You
I
know?
took too long to explain all that, didn't I?
Nope. I understood you exactly. Shout out to Ganny real quick. How you doing, Ganny?
Wakefield starts at the Panther head, makes his way to the left-hand side, and makes a left-hand shot over Dalton, but it doesn't go in. Calvert.
Good
up
job,
to Ferguson. Touch pass to Totten. Totten goes down the lane. He gets fouled.
That worked out for Gallatin because Totten had a beautiful feed for easy layup there, but it got wiped off.
That's the 15th foul on the Green Wave, so that'll send Quentin Totten to the free throw line, where he's leading the team with 89% from the free throw line. Made that one. Totten has really changed from what we saw the middle of the season last year to right now. Completely improved player.
Yeah, I think the big thing is he's just gotten more physical.
Misses the second one. Panthers with a 4-point lead. A minute to go.
Oh, you just don't need to do that right
A little
there.
cheap foul on Honeycutt.
Yeah. It just wasn't a need there. That's his second, right?
Yeah. Third, actually.
Yeah. If that's his third, yeah, that was totally. You got to know how many fouls you got. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So after this free throw, Sidnor will come in, as that's the 15th foul on the Panthers. So Honeycutt will sit out for the rest of the half. Sidnor, the senior. Now, I like his shoes. I like that light purple. Free throw goes in for Gallatin. Makes it 27-24. 57 seconds remaining. High screen for Calvert. Tries to sneak it in to Dalton. Too many green jerseys. Gallatin with the turnover up ahead. Bounce pass to the corner. Three for Gallatin on the way is no good. Long rebound goes to Ferguson. Gives it up to Totten. Totten over to Sidnor at the baseline. Back out to Totten. Over to Ferguson. Ball knocked away. Picked up by Calvert. 28 seconds to go. Tries to go down low to Dalton. Dalton takes a move into the paint. Turnaround jumper off the mark. 21 seconds to go. Gallatin across the timeline. Boone gives it up to Day. 9 seconds remaining. Day trying to get around Calvert. Takes a shot in the lane, and it goes in. I don't know how. There were two Panthers. Ball is stolen away on the inbounds, but missed. Buzzer sounds. Almost got another basket there as time was running out. Portland able to keep a 1-point lead at the half. It's Portland 27, Gallatin 26.
Graphic Obsessions on Main is in a larger space and has more to choose from than ever. Tons of Panther designs we can print in minutes. Tons of inventory you can grab right off the rack today. And the amazing new hat bar, where you can customize your own hat. See a design you love but not in your size? We'll print it in just minutes. So many unique gift items right in the store. With the holidays fast approaching, remember, shop early at Graphic Obsessions on Main in Portland.
Christmas is right around the corner, and so is Graphic Obsessions on Main in Portland. Tell them about it, Elfie.
Wow, Graphic Obsessions has so much cool stuff, Santa. The new location on Main is packed with all kinds of gifts for everyone. They even do embroidery and have a custom hat bar.
Sounds like I need to get to Graphic Obsessions soon and get my list all taken care of.
Graphic Obsessions on Main and Portland. Visit our Facebook page today or stop in and see us.
Graphic Obsessions on Main is your Portland Panther football headquarters for Panther apparel. Don't see it in your size? Just ask, and we'll print it on your size in minutes. From t-shirts and caps to hoodies and more, Graphic Obsessions on Main has what you need to support the Panther football season. Stop in today or visit our Facebook page. Graphic Obsessions on Main in Portland.
Touchdown!
Open Tuesday through Friday 9 to 5 and Saturdays 9:30 to 3.
Christmas is right around the corner, and so is Graphic Obsessions on Main and Portland. Tell them about it, Elfie.
Wow, Graphic Obsessions has so much cool stuff, Santa. The new location on Main is packed with all kinds of gifts for everyone. They even do embroidery and have a custom hat bar.
Sounds like I need to get to Graphic Obsessions soon and get my list all taken care of.
Graphic Obsessions on Main and Portland. Visit our Facebook page today or stop in and see us.
Welcome back, Portland Panther fans. We're here at Portland High School Gymnasium, Corey Brewer Court. Your Portland Panthers are leading Gallatin Green Wave 27-26. You know, I feel like I know Elfie up close and personal. I just feel every time I go anywhere, I'm expecting to see Elfie.
Again, if
writing
you would like
me
to become a sponsor for Portland Sports Network, please contact John Thayer.
Yes, please do. Hey, we're going to go over some scoring here real quick for your Portland Panthers. Tristan Calvert with 3 points. Evan Ferguson with 1. Nate Honeycutt with 4. Quentin Totten with 6. Keelan Dalton with 6. Evan Brown with 3. Will Cottle with 4. 7 for 4 from the free throw line. Rebounds, Calvert with 1. Brown with 1. Ferguson with 2. Evan Ferguson, that is. Nate Honeycutt with 2. Quentin Totten with 4. Keelan Dalton with 2. Will Cottle really came in and had a spark. 2 rebounds, 4 points. Tristan Calvert's got a steal. Totten, 2 steals. Dalton with a steal. Block shots, Evan Ferguson with 1. Assists, Calvert with 1. Ferguson with 1. Honeycutt with 1. Totten with 2. Cottle with 1. Turnovers, we're not going to do individual turnovers, but we've had 5 in the first half. So good ball game, very physical, a lot of popping around, and I think we're doing a really good job handling that defense. Pressure, I think we're doing a good job of making cuts, going downhill to the basket, not just trying to do 3-point stuff. So I like the way we're going. It's going to be a good second half here, so we'll see how this goes. What do you think about it, Mr. Voice of the Panthers? Or are you in the middle of having a snack? I understand. My wife made some croutons that I eat with my
Some what?
croutons that I eat with my salad. So she makes some really special good ones for you, but they're crunchy. And I'm trying to. It's hard to do a couple of them during that 30-second breaks, but you know you gotta eat sometime.
No, good job by the Panthers here in this first half. They had the big lead early on, and they let Gallatin come back and actually take the lead of their own, but the Panthers kind of stiffened up, changed things out, but kind of have a feeling things may go basket to the wire.
Yeah, I
in
mean,
the second half, foul troubles could be an issue.
It could be a major issue. I mean, we were up 18-10, right? No, 18-8 in the first quarter. Looked like, things were going our way big time. And then Gallatin did a really good job of cutting it close. And like you said, the fouls, and they've got some fouls on their side too. So it's just going to be a matter of who picks them up and what position they play and how important they are to the way this thing works out.
I know you mentioned our Saturday morning Portland Sports Saturday that's coming up tomorrow. And I thought maybe Miguel kind of tell us who you got coming in tomorrow.
Well, I think my volume turned up and my microphone on. Tomorrow, our guest will be Coach Kyle Lane from the new Portland Middle School football coach. We'll talk a little bit about how that came about and then the logistics of what he's got to do and what the kids have to do from East Middle School to get over to West to practice, how the off-season goes. And then we'll talk a little bit about the season coming up and what he's looking at, and then maybe his coaching staff and wherever else that we can come up with in about 45 minutes there. First hour, you'll hear all three of us talk a little bit about the state championship games that we've been watching the last couple of days, tonight's game, Tuesday night's game for basketball and everything, kind of recap there.
Will we be able to talk about FRA?
Yeah,
I'm sure
hey,
we will.
They were there, and they could see the golden.
I don't know if they were or not.
But they could see the golden trophy. That's back to that Buffalo Bill thing. You come in second and you get no love.
How about the Buffalo Bills? Page right now is playing in their fifth straight.
Fifth.
state championship game. They're 0-4 right now, and right now with in the fourth quarter with 5 minutes to go, they are winning 14-7 right now over Sevier County, but Sevier County is driving.
So
yeah,
John,
I'm recording that game.
You were there.
I am recording that game. I thought it'd be interesting. Yeah, I was there yesterday.
So raining? It looked
No, it
looked
didn't rain at
nasty.
11 a.m.
Okay.
It did start raining down there. Like when I came home, it started raining about the time I hit right close to Murfreesboro. So that the rain got there a little late yesterday, but it was raining all day today.
The rain got there for the
Westview
for
game.
Baylor and
Yeah, last night.
Brentwood Academy last night. They
That was
played
a
in the
good
rain.
game. That surprised me. I
That's the only close game up until now.
Yeah, I
right?
thought Baylor was going to pretty much just dominate.
Yeah.
And Brentwood Academy was right in it the whole way. And then Westview won today pretty handily. And then, like I said earlier, South Pitt with an easy victory.
Yeah, Simpson from Westview.
And just a sophomore.
He did some state records today. I mean, the team had over 50 points to set a record for most points in a half. The quarterback from Battleground Academy, BGA, against FRA, had 67 touchdowns going into the game. Ended up throwing for like 5 or 6 touchdowns. And it ended up the season with 70 plus touchdown passes in the season. You know, that's crazy. So,
Well, and it goes to show you, it's like Franklin Road Academy. You know, their head coach is an ex-pro football player, and they've got a couple coaches on the staff that are ex-pro, this and that. But BGA, they got he calls himself Old Country Bumpkin for South Carolina, won 6 state championships over there. You know, never been a quote a college coach. So, and you know, sometimes people do that kind of stuff. They look down on you like, well, you never coached college. You know, what do you know? Same thing in baseball. You're a summer coach. What do you know? Yeah, let me just tell you, it ain't got nothing to do with coaching's coaching. And this is his second year at BGA. BGA was pretty much
they had
cleaning
kind of
toilets and stuff.
They had fallen out.
It was bad. This guy comes 2 years, puts that system in, and I'm gonna tell you what. Not only offensively were they on, they studied film. They had 2 weeks. I mean, that is a big advantage for yesterday's games. All 6 teams had 2 weeks to study film, but apparently FRA's coach didn't study film much on BGA. But BGA was jumping pitches to the running backs. I mean, when the guy came up and pitched the ball, they just took it. I mean, they knew it was coming. And then they knew they wouldn't let Michael Hassel get loose at all. And they bottled him up, and they picked their poison, but they wasn't going to let their – and one thing, too, is I hate to throw anybody on the most, but the Sanders kid is going to sign with Vanderbilt next year. He's a junior, but he dropped 2 wide open passes way early in the game. And that's the kind of game that it's going to be a scoring fest. But you got to do your end of the scoring. And when you're dropping, I think they dropped 4 passes in the first quarter. You know, when you start doing that and getting behind the sticks, it's hard to catch up. Then you start panicking, and BGA, they start putting the gas down. You know, the thing about BGA last night, a lot of teams when they get a lead will start playing softer and try to keep everything in front, even more so. Not BGA. When they got in front, they started pressing even harder. They figured, hey, if we make a mistake, that's just 1 touchdown. We're 2 touchdowns up. They was very impressive the way they coached that ball game.
Westview and Nashville Christian did the same thing talking about keeping the foot on the gas, but don't want to get off the rails here. We'll do that tomorrow. I'll let you get back to the basketball.
Teams are getting their final instructions from their coaches. And they'll be coming out of the huddle as we start this second half. Again, Panthers clinging to a 1-point lead, 27-26. Right about on the pace that the Panthers are used to. They're scoring about 54 points a game, the Panthers are. Shooting 67% as a team from the free throw line. But you take the top 3, and the top 3 together for Panthers are shooting almost 80% total. Panthers will start on offense here in the second half. It'll be the starting lineup still for Coach Ferguson as Dalton will lob it into Calvert. Panthers will be going from right to left in this last 16 minutes. Honeycutt with the basketball. Gives it to Dalton at the elbow. Dalton looks for Honeycutt going down the lane. It's not there. He hands it off to Ferguson. Ferguson tries to loop one in from the left-hand side. It doesn't go in. Gallatin, now we're trying to take the lead early on here in the second half. Bounce pass. Back out on top. Switches over to Wakefield. Uncontested three, but he misses it. And he'll hear it from the Portland student body section. Calvert. Waiting for Totten to get to the free throw line. Then he initiates the offense. They'll swing it over to the left-hand side to Totten. Down the lane goes Calvert. Loses his defenders. His defenders slipped and fell. Calvert turns around. That may be the hardest shot ever to make when you're completely wide open like that. And a turnover. Panthers get it back. Throw it up ahead to Honeycutt. And a trailing Dalton misses the shot. Picked up by Gallatin. Baseline, knocked away from behind by Honeycutt. Calvert with it again. Back and forth we go. Honeycutt takes a three from the top. No good. Chased down by Gallatin. Portland with a 3-point lead, 29-26. Gallatin trying to find the way into the lane. Can't do it. Cole gives it up to Wakefield. Wakefield over the corner to Brochet, guarded by Ferguson, who has done an outstanding job tonight against Brochet. Brochet got loose, got a shot off, doesn't go in. Picked up by Totten, passed up ahead to Honeycutt. Honeycutt throws it cross court to Ferguson for the long three. Doesn't go in. Tipped out in front by Totten, but picked up by Gallatin.
Totten's made a couple big plays in a row here.
Turnover, picked off by Dalton, and the ball is loose, goes out of bounds, and they'll say last touch by Gallatin. It'll stay with Portland. Frantic pace here in the first 2 minutes of the third quarter.
Yeah, a little lackadaisical on our passes there. We gotta do some really sharp passes on breaks. You can't be lazy with them.
Inbounds into the backcourt. Calvert met by Day at the volleyball line. He'll give it up to Totten. To the elbow goes Dalton. Takes a couple of dribbles, decides to go down the lane. A couple of steps. Shot is up, rolls in.
Nice shot. Team did a good job of clearing out, giving him a lane.
Quick shot by Gallatin, doesn't go in, but the rebound is chased down. Totten tips it from behind. Gallatin gets it back, and they'll start all over again. Wakefield backs it up. Panthers up by 5. Gallatin loses the basketball. Ferguson up ahead to Dalton. Now he's going to try the two-handed slam. No denying him on that one, and Coach Luna calls timeout. We'll keep it here. It looks like the fast pace goes the Panthers' way as Gallatin's trying to keep the throttle on. But the Panthers now have opened up a 7-point lead with just 3 minutes gone here in the third quarter.
Yeah, good defense, good hands, everybody getting after the loose balls. A couple of passes that were, needs to be a little bit more crisp on fast breaks because Gallatin's got some good hands, you know what I mean? They got a good defense. But other than that, I like the pace that we were putting it at and really pushed the ball up.
I think the unforced errors is what Coach Luna was kind of upset about. Similar to what we've talked about before, you turn it over right here past the center line, and it's almost always equals a bucket for the opponent.
Yeah, that's true. And we're good at getting the ball outlet and getting some stuff going and pushing it hard.
Gallatin will try it again. Down by 7 at the under 5 mark. Run a little weave up at the top. Down the lane goes Gallatin.
Good job.
And they're going to call jump ball. Great defense by Tristan Calvert.
Yeah, it was
so he
fantastic.
went up for the block. Hand met ball. Possession hour goes to Gallatin. Wakefield can't get it in. Has to just throw it out to avoid the contest. Turnover and another slam by Keelan Dalton. Great pass by Nick Honeycutt. And that has fired up the team and the student body section here inside PHS Arena. Bandy. As Gallatin now finds themselves down by 9. Wakefield into the lane. Picks up a dribble. Bounce pass out to the corner. Down to the baseline. No good. Picked up by Dalton. Throws it up ahead to Ferguson. They've got numbers. Over to Totten with a layup. Great assist by Evan Ferguson. Totten with the basket. It is now a double-digit lead for the Panthers, 37-26. The floater by Bandy goes in, and Coach Luna's going to call a quick timeout. We'll take a quick break. We'll be right back. Panthers up by 9 here on the Portland Sports Network. And we'll keep it here as the Panthers were down, got behind, and then maybe will come up and run 10-0 run here in the fourth quarter. I just like the speed of the game now.
Yeah,
we talked about that before the season started. We said this year, because of our size, we may have to
we gotta
run
go
and
that
gun
way.
a little bit.
We got to run people out of the gym. There's no doubt. And our athleticism. We got a lot of athletes.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Not just 1, 2, or 3, but 6 or 7.
Right.
Well, and I appreciate the moment that I could chew up my little snack there. That last commercial, I thought, there's our 30-second. I stuck in my mouth, and then you started saying, we're going to stay here. And I went, oh, no. So I had to pull it back out and let it rest for a little while.
4 minutes to go in this basketball game. Panthers trying to extend this 9-point lead. Gallatin trying to up their man-to-man pressure. Dalton at the elbow, backs it up to Ferguson. Looked at the 3. Ball is loose, out of bounds. It was kicked out by the green and gold.
That's the only bad thing about getting older. You got to decide carbs or proteins. It's like, dang if you do and danged if you don't.
Honeycutt inbounds and gets it right back. Catches Totten flashing in the lane. And they're going to call offensive foul.
Oh, no way, no way, no way. All right, look, you watch when they come down here, every one of their guys do this every time. Watch and see.
What is it that they're doing?
I'll give you $5.
Just act like I can't see you.
They're putting their arm out, extending to get some separate. There you go. See that arm flailing? Look at it.
Good point.
Every one of them. It's Luna coaches it apparently now because you can get away with it.
Boone down the lane, gets rejected by Dalton. But Gallatin keeps the possession. Throws it back out front to Wakefield. Wakefield bounce pass on the baseline. He's not going to take that shot. Wakefield back out on top. 3:07 to go. Gallatin into the lane, off to Wakefield. Nobody wants to take a jumper. There one goes. Cole misses one from the outside. Panthers with the rebound. 37-28 is your score.
Let's make them work a little defense here. Or
Dalton
not.
Down low. Great pass by Honeycutt. Basket.
And you know what? You can't make them run defense when you're wide open like that. You got to take that.
11-point lead for the Panthers. 2:35 to go here in the third quarter. Cole picked up his dribble. Can't find anyone to pass it to. Goes down into the lane. Shot is missed. Putback is missed. But the second one goes in. Thomas Oglesby would not be denied. Panthers quickly already in the front court, and Dalton into the lane, tries to finger roll. It rolls off the side of the rim. Now Wakefield. Back behind him to Bandy for a 3. That one goes in. Wide open from the top of the key. That was a big shot for Gallatin. 39-33. Panthers with a 6-point lead. Calvert surveying the defense. Back out on top to Honeycutt, who waits for his defender to catch up to him. Gives it off to Ferguson. Ferguson, a left-handed pass to Calvert. Calvert will dribble it back, takes a screen from Dalton. Dalton rolls to the basket. Calvert keeps it, takes a step.
Nice
shot is
shot.
up. Shot is good. 2 points for Tristan Calvert. Gives the Panthers an 8-point lead again. Minute and a half to go here in the third. Oglesby just turns around and takes a mid-range. Off the mark, picked up by Bandy. Takes a couple of dribbles, and he travels. Tried to pump fake. Substitutions for Coach Ferguson as Evan Brown will come in for Ferguson, and Sidnor will come in for Totten. And something we haven't talked about, Calvert's still on the floor, but Totten hasn't got his third foul. And so far, Calvert stayed clean with his, in the third quarter, staying with his 2 fouls. Calvert goes in between 2 defenders, hands it off to Honeycutt for 3, front of the rim, no good. Chased down by Sidnor, tries to knock it off a Gallatin defender, but they're able to pick it up and run their way to the other direction.
Yeah, I wish he'd have looked up. He had a player on our team waiting for the ball.
Wakefield into the lane,
He
tries
walked.
to sidestep. Rejected by Honeycutt. Up to Brown. Foul on the drive to the basket will send Evan Brown to the free throw line.
Tristan needs to push that just a few more feet before he gives it up. Make them make a commitment one way or the other. I'm not knocking his play. He's played a great game last 2 games I've watched him play, but he needs to push that a few more feet up.
Misses the first one. Panthers with an 8-point lead, closing seconds of this third quarter. And the lefty misses that second one.
Nice
Dalton
rebound.
with the rebound. And they're going to say he was fouled before the shot.
Sidnor grabbed that ball, didn't he? And fed him. Nice play. Because Evan missed that rebound, and Sidnor just knifed through there and grabbed it.
Coach Ferguson calling a 30-second timeout, so he's going to set up a play. An inbounds play. Coach Ferguson sometimes has some interesting inbounds plays that we've seen in the past couple of years when given time. I'm going to wonder if he's going to throw one of them out here.
I don't know. The best I've ever seen was Bruce Pearl at Auburn. When he was at UT too, when he called timeout on an inbounds play, the team he was coaching was scoring. It was uncanny how he coaches that, or coached it, since he's now in the world of politics. And kind of handed his son the kingdom keys, which is kind of surprising that Auburn would fall for that. But anyway,
Panthers will inbounds, and they've got players on all 4 corners of the free throw lane. They lob it into Dalton, gets it, turns around, doesn't have a move, tries to throw it out front, turns it over. Gallatin with numbers, misses the layup. Sidnor with the rebound, back up ahead of Dalton. Will he go for number 3? Yes. 2-handed slam, number 3 on the night for Keelan Dalton. And a turnover on the inbounds by Honeycutt, and he gets fouled on the shot. Honeycutt is sneaky.
he is sneaky. He's one of those garbage players that just gets everything loose. When you think there's no way we're going to get the ball, all of a sudden we've got the ball. He's good at picking up rebounds that we've got no business getting.
So 9 seconds to go. Honeycutt at the free throw line. Makes the first one.
And the key there is he got that cheap foul. Make them pay, and that's hitting your hitting your free throws.
Honeycutt misses the second. 7 seconds to go.
Don't pick up a foul, but don't let them have uncontested.
Gallatin goes down the lane. He saw Dalton and tried to float it up. It'll go out of bounds. Did I say the buzzer went off, or will Gallatin have another chance?
I don't know. The clock says 0. It wasn't no foul.
They're going to say.
Well, how much time are we going to do?
Gallatin is going to inbounds with 0.0 seconds on the clock.
That's interesting. Never seen that.
Can you get a shot off in that time period?
I would say no.
And they've changed it to 1 second. They have 1 second. Gallatin will give it to a wide open player coming down the lane, and the Panthers miscommunication on that one.
Yeah, that was.
As Isaac Oglesby was all alone at the block area. So at the end of 3, though, Panthers extend their lead to 11. They're up 44-33. Want to mention that Portland East Middle School will play at Merrill Hyde Magnet on Monday, and then they'll be hosting Westmoreland next Thursday. The home games, the girl games, start at 5:30 p.m. Portland West Middle School on a 2-game road trip next week. Monday, they'll be traveling to T.W. Hunter Middle School, and then next Thursday over to Hendersonville to play against Hawkins Middle School. So, John, just more of the same in the 4th. Calvert and Totten got out of that 3rd without getting their 3rd foul, so they can loosen up a little bit if they want to.
Yeah, they can spread their rings now and do whatever they need to do.
Yeah. And, of course, Dalton has become the unstoppable force coming down the lane. 3 slams. I'm sure he's got his average of rebounds again tonight.
Yeah, and his
leading
defense
the team
has
with
been
9 rebounds.
unbelievable. Well, you got to keep playing hard, close this thing out. You don't want this kind of lead right here to slip away on you.
Panthers have possession to start this last quarter. And excuse me on the score, I didn't count that last basket by Gallatin. It's only a 9-point lead. As the Panthers turn it over on the inbounds, and then Calvert picks up that 3rd. Just 5 seconds. That was a long 5 seconds.
Yeah, a lot happened.
Just 5 seconds into the quarter, and Calvert gets his 3rd foul. And Coach Ferg's going to keep him in. Wakefield to Oglesby, on top to Cole, back over to Wakefield. Out front to Day. Day takes a screen, gets a shot off, in and out and back in. A 3 for Devon Day. Now all of a sudden the lead is down to 6 for the Panthers early on in this 4th quarter. Bounce pass to Dalton at the elbow. He gets pushed out to the key area, and a turnover on a pass down low by the Panthers will give the ball back to the Green Wave.
Yeah, this situation, I mean, if it's wide open, it's good, but don't be afraid to run a little offense.
Gallatin, Oglesby to Wakefield. Back on top. Day's going to take another 3. That one doesn't go in. Ferguson up in the air. That's a good rebound.
Yeah, Ferg's a tough kid, dude. He gets in there and mixes it up with anybody. He's not afraid.
Honeycutt playing point guard. Over to Calvert. Calvert takes a Dalton screen, goes down to the lane, pump fakes, and it goes in.
Nice shot. Tristan did a really good job going downhill and going strong downhill.
Back up to 8, Portland's lead. 6:43 to go here in the 4th. Day tries to go down the lane. This time doesn't happen. Wakefield baseline off the mark. Honeycutt with the rebound, trying to dribble his way through traffic. Does a good job.
He did a good job on that rebound. You know, he didn't even jump. He got his body in the right spot, blocked out, and it came right down to him.
Sidnor gets fouled, retrieving the basketball from Honeycutt.
Foul call,
You know, that's what a lot of players do, too. They're so worried about jumping out of the gym on rebounds, they don't get in position, so they get out-rebounded by people coming over the back, cutting under them, just not fundamentally doing it the right way. Nate did it perfect right there.
Totten will come back in for Sidnor, and that stoppage in play. Dalton going baseline gets pushed out of bounds. He's just hard to contain tonight.
Well, he's just a great athlete. There's just no doubts about it. And he's a very physical athlete as well.
Calvert into Dalton. They'll swing it around to Honeycutt. Back to Calvert, who was in the lane. Well, they're called traveling.
Yeah, he walked just a little bit, but the guy was leaning on his hip pretty heavy. It's hard not to walk in that situation.
Gallatin down by 8 with 6 to go here in the 4th. Tries to cut down into the lane. No good. Rebound Dalton. Calvert had Honeycutt open. He saw him, but it was too late as Gallatin had recovered. So he'll start up the offense. Looking for a screen from Dalton. He goes opposite screen, hands it off to Honeycutt at the top of the key, flips it over to Dalton. Dalton's spin move gets taken from behind. Wakefield saw that move coming. Tries to get around Totten. Gives
I'm
it
glad
over
he lost the
to
ball.
Bandy for a three, way off the mark. Cole chases it down. Gives it over to Wakefield. Takes a couple dribbles into the lane. Back to Cole. Back over to Wakefield. 5:10 to go here in the fourth. Panthers up 46-38. Tipped away by Honeycutt, and Honeycutt was already up. He stays right there, picks up the basketball.
That was an intentional foul.
Wow. Pushed from behind.
That was intentional. He clipped him bad from the rear. He could have hurt him.
That was interesting because Honeycutt had knocked the ball from behind and had sprinted towards the Panther basket because he thought the Panthers would get possession. Gallatin picked it back up, and on the way back, Gallatin lost it again, so Honeycutt just picked it up and started running.
We got to hit our free throws down the stretch here.
As the first one is awry.
We got to hit our free throws down the stretch here.
Brochet comes in for Oglesby.
That wasn't an echo, by the way. That was me saying it twice.
And Honeycutt goes 0 for 2, a rare 0 for the senior. Cole into the lane, runs into Dalton, and somehow gets the shot off, and it goes in. It's now 46-40. Dalton, a high screen for Calvert, if he wants it. Dalton backs up. Gets it to Honeycutt. Backdoor cut by Ferguson. Doesn't go in. What a beautiful play. Ferguson doesn't give up. Grabs the rebound and puts it back.
Yeah, that right there tells you what kind of drive he has.
Baseline for Cole, unable to make the layup. Up ahead to Totten. Totten takes a big step, and they'll call offensive foul on the senior.
Yeah, you got to be under control there. But that says a lot about Ferguson because he missed a shot, that he knows he should have made. A lot of guys, they'll just tuck tail and run and put their head down. He just got mad and said, give me the ball back, and fought for it and got it and made the bucket. That shows kind of character.
Sidnor coming to the scorers table. Gallatin with the basketball, down by 8. 4 minutes remaining in this basketball game. A big non-district matchup for the Panthers. Trying to stay above 500 for the season. Baseline, spin move, Wakefield picks up his dribble. Has to give it up. Boone with the basketball, hand off to Brochet, stops at the free throw line.
Ferguson does a really good job of keeping his shoulder square.
He thought his teammate was going to cut to the basket, and he didn't, so he throws the ball out of bounds. So the Panthers with an 8-point lead get a chance to get it to double digits as Totten comes out and Sidnor comes in.
A lot of times guys in that situation want to reach in and hit the ball. Evan just kept his feet square and his shoulders square and just kept just shielding the guy away.
Calvert gets his pass tipped. Gallatin's able to take the deflection, pick it up. Bandy back over to Wakefield. 3 on the way. No good. Rebound Honeycutt, and the Panthers will slow it down. 3:06 to go. And still with an 8-point lead. 3 by Sidnor off the mark. But the rebound by Dalton, put back is no good, but he got fouled. Dalton got half an arm and part of another hand taken off, and he's upset because he didn't make the shot.
Yeah, I wasn't real happy about the shot from the corner there. At this point, there's no points scored from that spot. I just hated to force it. Run the clock a little bit.
Free throw is good. Second one is in and out. Gallatin. Needs to score in bunches. Oh, almost taken away by Honeycutt. Missed layup in the lane by Gallatin. Rebound, though, by the Green Wave. Oglesby picks it up, gives it to Wakefield, hands it off to Day. Cross
defense.
court. Day gets the ball back. Makes his way over to the right-hand side. Boom. Gives it back to Cole. Day into the lane. A wide open Oglesby.
Ooh.
And it looked like all ball.
It looked like
but
all
Honeycutt
ball from here.
got him with the body.
Foul on 4 for Honeycutt. His fourth.
I'm not sure how Honeycutt got that high.
Yeah, he was up. There's no doubt about it.
Anyway, that'll send Devon Day to the free throw line. Portland with a 9-point lead. First one goes in. One more for Thomas Oglesby. And that one goes in. Quick substitution for Coach Luna. Portland with a 7-point lead. 2:21 to go. Full court pressure, man-to-man for Gallatin. And the Panthers are going to call a timeout. We'll be right back. Panthers up by 7 with 2:21 to go. You're listening to Portland High School basketball.
Christmas is right around the corner, and so is Graphic Obsessions on Main in Portland. Tell them about it, Elfie.
Wow, Graphic Obsessions has so much cool stuff, Santa. The new location on Main is packed with all kinds of gifts for everyone. They even do embroidery and have a custom hat bar.
Sounds like I need to get to Graphic Obsessions soon and get my list all taken care of.
Graphic Obsessions on Main and Portland. Visit our Facebook page today or stop in and see us.
You can watch many Portland High School sports games and matches live on the NFHS network, the leader in streaming live and on-demand high school sports. For a small monthly subscription fee, you can watch PHS basketball, football, volleyball, and wrestling. Go to nfhsnetwork.com for more details, or you can download the NFHS Network mobile app.
Now, sometimes they will aggravate you when you click watch now. It'll kick you to some other county's game, and you got to play with it like 20 times. But it'll let you in eventually. But it is a good app. Hendersonville is not, because it looks like their camera is like in a glass hut, and it's foggy. You can't really see the floor. But here's pretty crisp.
So the Panthers are now set up for this pressure. Honeycutt gets it into Ferguson. Ferguson gets double teamed, gets the ball knocked out. It'll stay with the purple and white.
Yeah, they would look like a hip check and a reach all in one right there.
Panthers will now try to inbounds from down low on the sideline. That's a tough position, a tough angle. The ball gets thrown away.
How about a walk?
And it's a tie-up.
We might ought
Possession
to
hour stays with the Panthers.
send one deep if they're going to play 5 on this side of the floor. You got an all-county wide receiver here.
So go ahead, Coach.
Well, I was just watching them change their mind on the possession arrow.
The arrow was pointing towards the Panthers, but one of the referees said it must have not got turned over because he was keeping count. And so he's saying it should be Gallatin basketball.
Good for him for keeping up with it.
So Gallatin down by 7, 2:15 to go. A free opportunity here to try to score points. Wakefield being guarded by Calvert this time. Takes a screen. Gets met by Dalton. Throws it back out to Day. Day tries to get around Sidnor. Tries to loop one over Dalton and misses it. Ball goes over to the Panthers. And Tristan into the lane. Saw Honeycutt down low, but Gallatin was able to tip it out.
We need to curl that back out.
Yeah, Coach Ferguson said, think.
Yeah, curl it out. Run
Slow
the
it
clock.
down.
Yeah.
So minute 46 to go into the game now after the substitutions is Calvert, Totten, Dalton, Honeycutt, and Ferguson thrown out on top to Dalton giving up to Totten. Totten gives it to Ferguson. Ferguson to Honeycutt. Panthers trying to play keep away. Back over to Dalton. Then to Totten. Totten double team gives it to Dalton. Almost throws it away. Dalton's able to keep it over to Calvert. Calvert dribbles it back out on top to Totten. 1:28 to go. And finally a foul on Gallatin.
Dalton did a good job of catching that bad pass. He's kind of used to that anyway. So
So that's the 5th team foul. So Totten will go to the free throw line.
Foul. With the Dalton at the line for Portland.
Totten misses that first one. Totten has been steady from the free throw line up to this game. Conley puts that second one up, and it's in. An 8-point lead for the Panthers with 1:24 to go. Can they go 2-0 against Gallatin this season? A turnaround floater by Wakefield is good. Timeout called by Gallatin. Portland up by 6 with 1:15 to go. We'll be right back in 30 seconds.
Graphic Obsessions on Main is in a larger space and has more to choose from than ever. Tons of Panther designs we can print in minutes. Tons of inventory you can grab right off the rack today. And the amazing new hat bar, where you can customize your own hat. See a design you love but not in your size? We'll print it in just minutes. So many unique gift items right in the store. With the holidays fast approaching, remember, shop early at Graphic Obsessions on Main in Portland.
Coach Bobby Luna of Gallatin in his 31st season coaching Gallatin High School. Coach John Ferguson in his 4th season of Panther basketball. Who will win out tonight? Right now, the Panthers have the edge, 50-44 in the 4th quarter.
if Coach Ferg was an SEC football coach, he'd be an O-timer.
Wow.
4th year coaching. One thing we got to get better on right now, we're 6 for 17 from free throw line. That is
Say that again?
6 for 17 from the free throw line this game. That is absolutely horrible. Think about if you're shooting a 75% clip there, look at the difference in the score would be.
Wow.
So we if we're going to be a championship team down the road, we got to hit free throws. When you get the opportunity to get free points just standing still, you got to absolutely make them.
Panthers will inbound on the baseline. 2 go out, 2 come back in. Calvert gets the basketball in from Honeycutt. He throws it right back to Honeycutt.
Now the middle. Now
Ferguson
pull back.
across the court, gives it to Dalton. Dalton goes baseline and gets fouled going up for the shot. So with a 6-point lead, 66 seconds remaining, Dalton will go to the free throw line. That was short. You're right, John. Gallatin's just hanging in here and just makes it kind of scary, don't it?
We've missed 12 free throws.
That one goes in. So that makes it a 3-possession game. Wakefield looking to score in a hurry. Spins around in the lane. Puts a little left-handed hook shot up, and it's good. Calvert gets fouled as soon as he gets the inbounds pass. So with a 5-point lead, Panthers will go to the free throw line for 2. 52 seconds remaining.
Winning basketball is all about hitting your free throws down the stretch, period. No ifs, ands, or buts. If you want to be a winning basketball player and winning basketball team, you got to get in the gym when no one else is here and work on your free throws.
And Calvert can't hit that first one. Coach Ferguson's doing a great job of holding it in.
You're right.
He makes the second one. Trading 2s and 1s is not going to get it, though. Panthers up 52-46. 47 seconds remaining. Day goes towards the baseline. Somehow gets it off ahead of Honeycutt. Makes the basket. It is now a 4-point game.
Whoa.
Yeah.
We got
Yeah,
lucky on that call.
I'm with Gallatin on that one.
Yeah,
The
he got-
referee is waiting. We've seen this in every level of play. The referee knew there was going to be a foul. Gallatin literally just went in there and grabbed the basketball and got the tie up, but because the referee was waiting for the foul to occur, he went ahead and blew the whistle.
Yeah, with 2 hands clean.
Yeah. So a break for the Panthers will send Totten to the free throw line. Where he makes that first one. Starting lineup is on the floor for Coach Ferguson as Totten gets set and makes it a 6-point lead for Portland. 37 seconds to go. Gallatin whipped him down the lane, and they let Wakefield go by, and he quickly makes the layup. I think there was miscommunication because Panther defenders are kind of talking amongst themselves about who should have done what. So timeout by Gallatin with 30 seconds remaining, a 4-point lead, 54-50. And like I said earlier, John, 2-point baskets by Gallatin in exchange for 1 free throw by Portland. Hopefully you run out of time before they can catch up to you.
Yeah, it doesn't take a mathematician to figure out that it's not going to work out real good in your favor if you don't hit your free throws down the stretch. And that's the whole deal. That's why people foul you down the stretches. They're hoping you don't do your job and you miss your free throws and you let them back in the basketball game.
Again, next Tuesday night, Panthers will travel over and play East Robertson High School. Girls game will start at 6 o'clock. The boys will play soon after the girls game ends. Always a fun time for that game, although East Robinson's been down just a little bit the past couple of years.
Boys, not girls.
True,
Yeah.
true.
Yeah, and you never know with East Rob. You don't know what Grove's kids decide to want to play football today or not. And, just their presence inside always makes a difference. I mean, it's like Avery. You know what I mean? When he's at 5, he can make a difference in a game just because of his physicality.
Panthers, 30 seconds to go, attempt to inbounds it. Honeycutt gets it
That's
out
not a
to
good place
Totten,
to put it.
who quickly gets fouled.
We need to spread further back and have your guards come to the ball, but not on the edges because they trap you immediately right there.
Foul call 3, Devon Day. 3rd, Quentin Taunton at the line for Portland.
So Totten to get another chance. He should be warmed up pretty good on his free throws now.
I don't want to jinx him. Oh,
That hit every part of the rim but did not fall in.
I was going to say his sister will kick his butt if he don't hit these down the stretch. And his daddy, too.
She could give him some pointers, I'm sure. Quentin settles on the second one. That one swishes the net. A 5-point lead for Portland with 29 seconds remaining. Wakefield
You don't want to foul on the three-pointer.
drives down the lane, hands it off to Brochet. Pump fakes, takes a dribble inside the 3, misses the shot. Rebound Calvert, and Calvert gets fouled immediately. He tried to get it up ahead before the foul.
But see, that's where when you're a good free throw shooter, you live for getting fouled right here, right? You don't even rush. You go ahead and foul me so I can get 2 or more points.
Mm-hmm.
That's your mentality. I'm not rushing anything. Update, Tulane's beating North Texas 24-7 at half.
And the free throw goes out. Pretty sure I know what Monday's practice is going to involve.
Yeah, but like I said, that's stuff you got to do on your own.
Second one goes in, so now it's a 6-point game with 16 seconds remaining. Gallatin got to hit 3, but they didn't call it a bump. Shot is up, foul, and they'll say he was in the act of shooting. So Bandy will go to the free throw line.
The big thing here is if they step back and take a 3 at any time, you don't foul them under any circumstances.
I was kind of surprised that Gallatin didn't immediately stop and launch a 3 in that possession. They was intent on trying to get down into the lane as Bandy makes the first free throw.
Tomorrow's SEC championship game football. Lane Kiffin won't be coaching either team.
substitution for Gallatin. As now Bandy gets set on the line. Gets that one. 2 for 2. 7.5 to go. Calvert gets the inbounds and gets clobbered inadvertently. As the Gallatin crowd helps to get him up. 6.2 seconds remaining. Calvert to go to the free throw line. Up by 4. If he can make one of these two, you got to feel pretty comfortable about the outcome.
Yeah, I don't know your social media preferences out in the streaming land, but there's a thing called SEC Shorts, I think is what it's called. That is some of the funniest stuff you've ever seen in your life.
And Calvert misses the free throw.
I highly recommend it. If you're an SEC fan. I highly recommend it if you're not an SEC fan.
Panthers hoping this 4-point lead is enough with 6 seconds remaining. Misses that one. Gallatin with the rebound. Do they have enough time? Up ahead quickly. That three goes off, but partially blocked. And Calvert to hold on to it. Portland's able to hold on to this one. It got a little scary there for a bit, but Portland's able to come out with a win, outscoring Gallatin by a score of 56-52. Short pause as we gather the stats. We'll be right back with an update. You're listening to Panther Basketball.
Christmas is right around the corner, and so is Graphic Obsessions on Main in Portland. Tell them about it, Elfie.
Wow, Graphic Obsessions has so much cool stuff, Santa. The new location on Main is packed with all kinds of gifts for everyone. They even do embroidery and have a custom hat bar.
Sounds like I need to get to Graphic Obsessions soon and get my list all taken care of.
Graphic Obsessions on Main in Portland. Visit our Facebook page today or stop in and see us.
Graphic Obsessions on Main is your Portland Panther football headquarters for Panther apparel. Don't see it in your size? Just ask, and we'll print it on your size in minutes. From t-shirts and caps to hoodies and more, Graphic Obsessions on Main has what you need to support the Panther football season. Stop in today or visit our Facebook page. Graphic Obsessions on Main in Portland.
Touchdown.
Open Tuesday through Friday 9 to 5 and Saturdays 9:30 to 3. Graphic Obsessions on Main is in a larger space and has more to choose from than ever. Tons of Panther designs we can print in minutes. Tons of inventory you can grab right off the rack today. And the amazing new hat bar, where you can customize your own hat. See a design you love but not in your size? We'll print it in just minutes. So many unique gift items right in the store. With the holidays fast approaching, remember, shop early at Graphic Obsessions on Main in Portland.
And the Panthers are able to pull out a victory tonight against the Gallatin Green Wave by a score of 56-52. Gallatin surely kept it interesting in the last half of that fourth quarter, but the Panthers do prevail to go 2-0 against Gallatin this season.
So you want me to go off on the stats here? I'm still mad about our free throws. It doesn't feel like a win. You know what I mean? And we were 27 for 10 at the free throw line. That's 17 points left hanging. Now, this isn't even a basketball game if we make half of those. So we're obviously, that's one of those things where it's a win, but it just doesn't feel like a win. If we have aspirations, right? If just getting a win is all you want to do, then okay, how about that? We got us a win. But if advancing down the road and maybe getting to a regional tournament and doing something like that, we got to absolutely clean that kind of stuff up for sure. But I'm proud of them for hanging in there and keep fighting. Scoring, Tristan Calvert had 11. Evan Ferguson had 3, but he made a lot of big plays for us. Rounding out rebounds, getting loose balls, tipping a lot of balls. There should be a stat for tip balls. I've always thought that 30 years ago. There's a lot of times player will tip a ball, which turns into a steal, but you don't get the steal for that. You know what I mean? It's a garbage kind of play that makes a lot of difference. Honeycutt with 5, Quentin Totten with 11, Keelan Dalton with 18, Evan Brown with 3, Will Caudle with 4. The 10 for 27, that's not an official stat line, but that's what I had on my board. I'm not sure what you had on yours, but that's what I had on the free throws. As far as rebounds, Tristan Calvert 4, Evan Brown 1, Evan Ferguson 4, Nate Honeycutt 5, Quentin Totten 5, Keelan Dalton with 6, steals Calvert with 1, Ferguson with 4, Honeycutt with 2, Totten with 2, Dalton with 2. Block shots, we got Ferguson with 1, Honeycutt with 1, Dalton with 1. Assists, 1 for Calvert, 3 for Ferguson, 3 for Honeycutt, 2 for Totten, 1 for Dalton, 1 for Sitnor. And then we don't go over personal turnovers, who makes them, but we had 8 for total. So we cut that down in the second half. We had 5, we ended up with 8, so we only had 3. That part of the game is good. You know, a very low turnover rate is really important. I think basically we just need to clean our free throws up and we'll be good to go.
Once again, final score, Portland over Gallatin by a score of 56-52. That improves the Panthers' record to 5-3. The next game will be Tuesday night at East Robertson High School. We will broadcast that game here on the Portland Sports Network. For John Thayer, I'm Kyle Leadon. Thanks to Miguel Amadeus behind the scenes for us. Until next time, go Panthers.